the album.
All right, it's the Bullshitting for Your Health podcast, episode 108. You guys know the vibes. It's the most balanced podcast on the East Coast, the West Coast, probably every hemisphere, because some of y'all niggas have been bullshitting with your podcast, haven't been bringing truth to power, haven't been saying the shit that needs to be said. So it's been a few months, but we're back. And let's get fucking started. Today, we have Quentin on the mic. We have Devontae on the mic. And we have Donica calling in, as always. She might be a little away for now. And we got Maya to the side. But she'll jump in at some point. Donica, you want to say hey to the people real quick before we get started?
Jones.
Hey to the people.
All right.
Multitasking as usual.
All right. But for real, it's been a few good months. A lot of shit has happened. Personally, I've just finished up my contract in Baltimore, Maryland. You know, we were out there partying with the fiends, partying with the shiesties, partying. Just a real good time. It's a real good city.
You're full time now?
Nah, I'm actually about to be gone again. I'm going out to out west, going to Pasadena, California. It's like 15 minutes from LA until March. So that'll be another experience. But for what?
Are you working or are you just chilling?
You think I'm gonna go to fucking California for 3 months and not make no money and just chill?
I don't know, bro.
Come on, bro. Use your head. Use your brain. Yeah, I'm going out there to save lives, to skate a little bit, and to see the people, to reach the people, to touch the people. No, I'm just kidding.
In the contract, do you know?
So it's 13 weeks. So, you know, do the math. 7 times 13. Who wants to do that math right now on the thing? It's 7 plus 2. You can do that. It's 90. Come on, it's 93 days. Come on, guys. All right. So we're going to... Yeah. But I mean, it's nice. Okay, either way. Whatever. Fuck it. But no. So for real, though, Baltimore...
So basically, you just going to be going on.
Yeah, I'm be gone again. But no, Baltimore was chill, man. I've met a lot of cool people out there. Really felt like I got to embed myself into the culture. Really got to see most parts of the city that I wanted to see, because there are some parts of Baltimore City that you probably don't want to see. I'm gonna be honest. But nah, man, like one of the oldest cities in America.
It is.
One of the blackest cities in America.
Mm-hmm. And it's got like a lot of its own culture.
For sure. But it's just one of those things where...
But sadly, because of your palate, you don't get to embrace all the seafood that Baltimore has to offer.
Yeah, vegetarian for a lot of times, or many years.
Yeah, I mean, you've been doing this a decade now.
A few times I didn't even try.
Baltimore do got some spots though, even like not on the harbor.
Well, last time
good.
we ate, it wasn't hidden.
For real?
Last time I was up there, all the food was very mid.
What, Baltimore food was mid?
The last time I visited, even you said it. Yeah.
And you just didn't care for what they were serving.
Man.
Did y'all go to like have you been to the harbor and stuff?
Yeah, so we,
We didn't eat there last time, no.
I just learned about this. Yeah, they got a little Italy out there.
For real? I didn't even know that.
Little Italy.
Sign,
I didn't know that.
It had the lights and stuff, but the lights weren't lit up when we walked.
Yeah,
we
so
drove past.
Baltimore has their own version of Little Italy.
We passed it. We drove
That's
past
crazy.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So random.
So does Boston.
Right.
I've been to Boston's Little Italy too. And
I was just in Boston.
Italian food.
I'm not a big fan. I've been I went to New York's Little Italy in the summer, and that was an experience just because like how it is.
Is it not picking up?
I don't know. I can't really see the waveform. You talking to yours, Quentin, real quick?
Yeah, I was in Boston recently. They had some good Mexican food. They have a lot of also like I don't want to say like immigrant communities, but like ethnicities. Like it's like Mexican food. It was like Italian foods. It was like, bro, anything that you want, they had it.
Yeah, because you'd be surprised when
that's fire.
When you go to like when I was in Austin, it was like the same vibe. Like they'll say like people from everywhere come to Austin, Texas, and so then like there's just a bunch of different cultures out there. Like one what was interesting, we went out there on like an NFL Sunday, and they just had like you would think, okay, you're in Texas, it's cowboys everywhere. No, they had like bars catered for people like that lived in New York at one point. Like the guy was like, yeah, that one specifically is for Florida. Sorry.
No,
he was saying that bar is specifically for people from Florida, and was like they're like a group of people like just they came here from Florida. They go to that bar, and like that bar like goes to their, like does stuff to their culture.
So it's like a piece of home.
Yeah, they said like you can find that like everywhere. They had like a big Atlanta. Georgia's not that far away, so they had like a big Atlanta crowd out there.
Oh, that's cute.
Texas got everybody for real now.
Yeah, and they still one of the cheaper places.
No fucking taxes. That's why. I mean,
you're telling me the truth.
Texas is literally one of those areas that if you have money, good to you. If you don't have money, good luck to you. Baltimore is a similar vibe. You know, I don't know. It just seemed like there's a lot of culture, a lot of things to do. But if you, and like, you know, they have UMD, a bunch of, they have John Hopkins.
Yeah.
There's a lot of education, a lot of wealth in Baltimore, but there's also like a lot of fucking poverty. Like, and different to, you know, maybe Richmond or DC, even like I was telling my dad, like it's so intersectional. Like you really can't go any part of Baltimore without seeing that poverty. But then at the same time, like it's like you'll be on one street and you got niggas tweaking out on Scramble, and then on the next street you have college students partying at a pub or bar, and it's just kind of it's an interesting tale of two cities.
Yeah, it was like when I was living in Cleveland, that joint was wild. Like on the same street, it was like so like there's like this long ass street you can drive up, and then like it'd be $1 million homes, and then you just keep driving, and it'd be like, yo, this is some of the worst fucking poverty you've ever seen in your life.
And it's crazy.
And that was the same street, and like my family was like, what the fuck?
It's crazy too, because remember when we went to Ghana a few years back, and I was making that juxtaposition between America and Ghana, and it was one of the, or let's just say specifically, Accra and Winneba, where it was like, yeah, there's so much, there is no social safety net. So it is one of those things where like, yeah, like there's nobody to tell you can't build a home here. So if you have money, you can just go right there and plop down, build a home, fuck contractors, fuck whatever. Like if you got the money to do it, you can do it. But if you don't have any money, it's very hard to pull yourself up into a place of wealth or income that like you get to enjoy all of the little things about life. And I feel like America, like, you know, throughout, for a large part, like the 70s to the early 2000s, like it was that booming middle class where we did have that social safety net. You know, college really did set you up for a life or a career to make a good amount of money. And then nowadays it's not the same. And so you get people coming out of school, large amounts of debt, and not able to afford and housing. Fucking listen, like there's nothing wrong with it, but there used to be a stigma against it. Like we are the generation that when we were back in high school, you heard about niggas leaving school to come back and live with their families, and you'd be like, damn. But like now it's literally like, oh wait, why aren't it's little. I've had little conversations with people where we're like, nigga, why don't you move back with your family and like set yourself up to get to that next step?
Yeah, I had a friend that we were actually talking, and he wanted to do that. But his parents were of the mindset, once you're out the house, you're out the house.
Because that's their fucking generation.
And they were like, if we had stayed, it'd been different, but like we left.
But we got rid of you. There is no take backs, nigga.
But then going back home too, but mentally, like going back home once you've been away, especially, bro.
It also depends. It also depends.
Your parents get adjusted to it too, that you not being here.
Yeah.
Your parents are human beings too, so like
they're renting out your room. Shit.
Start cooking meals for two, like you not there, or you gotta.
Hey, look, I'm the only one who actually lives at home.
I live at home
With my parents. Let me tell you, it's lit.
She lives at home with her parents?
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't know.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Place is rented out.
She's in a listen, for those of y'all who are like, yeah, me and Donica in the same situation. Y'all niggas not. She in PA school. She renting out property. Like, yeah. Some of y'all niggas ain't got 2 quarters to rub together. And I ain't here to hate. Okay, we want y'all all to do well, but let's just be fucking honest.
Some people, and some people just don't want to leave the crib, man.
That we ain't talking to them niggas.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay, yeah.
Because
Maybe another chicken sandwich.
Yeah, because that like failure to launch thing is a real thing.
It's a real thing. Yeah, mental health is. People are fucked these days.
They're at home listening.
Damn.
Oh wow. Is that our audience? I mean, there's some.
If it is, you niggas need to get up.
Get your.
If the only thing holding you back is like you got the bread,
is your mind.
it's your mind. All right, let's.
And how old are you? 30. You might as well just. I'm just kidding.
You ain't getting no play in your mama crib.
We just playing.
Bro, you be surprised.
Some niggas probably sneaking the junk. That'd be crazy. Sneaking the junk in the crib when you're 30.
Sneaking into your own house when you're 30.
And so like you live with your parents. You gotta like sneak them in because you're.
No, like sneaking in.
That's.
Bro,
Absolutely not.
Bro, I've been to a joint crib and her mama was. Yo, yeah. Her mama was.
Okay.
Swear to God, I just go, hey, what's up?
Damn.
Time's hard for people, fuck it.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I know.
I don't know. Yeah. Do I have a spot in this scenario?
No, I just didn't have a place at the time.
Okay, yeah. All right. True.
She had a
I'm helping you out right now.
Her place happened to be with her mama.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, but back in the day, I mean, yeah, nobody had a place to go. You know what I'm saying? So,
Nigga, it's not this far though.
Oh.
I just live a wild life.
Wait, pause.
yeah, no, we go. All right, so
It's far enough, but it's like it's far enough.
So this is before.
Okay.
This is before 2019.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. We love you, Brady. All right, so we're gonna get into some fucking topics before we get into trouble. All right, but a lot of shit has happened. A lot of people doing some stupid fucking shit. All right, can we real quick? We got to run back and give some niggas some hate. But first,
I love that.
yeah, let's get the women out the way. Because we have to. No, listen.
We're gonna hate the women first.
We're gonna hate the women first, and then we're gonna go back to loving the women. Because honestly, the women have been going through it because these niggas are fuck niggas. But we gotta start talking about a woman who's been moving like a nigga. Jada Pinkett Smith. Okay? Can we just put a nice little bow on this situation? She's fucking released her book.
Yeah.
And it sold 30,000 copies first week.
Is that good?
I don't know, but according to Charlamagne the God is not the best. Okay, can you pull up Charlamagne the God's first week numbers?
People don't be reading these days, so that's probably good.
But no, it was an audio book too. They got Audible.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and if you listen to this podcast, you probably heard the ads. It's everywhere.
That's it.
What we got? What was Charlamagne the God's first week numbers on his second book? Not even the first one. Black privilege. What else? What bullshit he write?
Come on, Jada.
Well.
I've read one of those books, bro.
Which one? Jada? You read Jada Pinkett's book?
No, that's all I mean.
This is a tell-all, right?
Yes, this was the one where basically she's been on the recent press tour talking about me and Will weren't even together before the Oscars.
For like the past 7 years.
He hasn't called me his wife. When he called me his wife at the fucking Oscars, I was surprised.
That's great.
Did you get the numbers or no? You give
I
up.
didn't get the numbers, man.
Oh, she also revealed that, you know, the whole Chris Rock asked me out prior to, and it was like a slow dribble. It was like, it's like a leaky faucet. She kept dripping out information that had me having whiplash. 1 second, I'm like, oh, so that's why Will Smith smacked her. And then it's like, oh, smacked him. And then it's like, no, because we weren't together. So then it's like, wait, so Will Smith is still in the wrong for that? Like,
yeah.
At this point, if I'm being perfectly honest, how old is Jada Pinkett?
She got to be 50.
50 something?
Like mid.
I think she's losing her mind. Like, she might just be a little crazy. Maybe she misremembering shit. Am I wrong? Am I incorrect?
My thing on Jada is, I don't know how to say this. 52 years old. I don't know, like, just divorce this man. Like, you putting all this business out here.
They got money too.
According to her, the reason why she can't be divorced was because Will Smith.
Too.
Here's the other thing.
You know, I believe in divorce.
Doesn't believe in divorce because, according to her, he has had this idea of what his
first wife?
yes.
Yeah,
he has had.
About that in the Red Table Talk, why
You don't believe in it. Divorce is real. I don't.
No. But apparently, Jada Pinkett Smith says Will Smith has this idea of what his life and his career should look like to the outside audience, right? He has. I'm not saying this is what she said, but it sounds like an inflated ego to the point where he believes he's the symbol for black culture, for black men, and he doesn't want anything to
at one point
disparage or tarnish that symbol. And honestly, even though she was saying it in a way that kind of seemed to be like that's a bad thing, if I'm thinking about what Will Smith was to us in the 90s and the early 2000s, he was that. Yeah. Will Smith was the first black action superstar. You know what I'm saying? Like, Will Smith was Independence Day. Will Smith was Men in Black. Was Bad Boys. Was I, Robot. Like, before,
and then Fresh Prince.
But before that, Fresh Prince, but like Fresh Prince was where he got that sitcom, that celebrity, and what changed to put him into that movie role. But what I'm saying is, like, before that, there was Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was what's his name? Sylvester Stallone. Like Tom Cruise. Like, we didn't have black super like action superstars. Yeah, we had Denzel doing dramas and doing things that were like
Action Jackson back in the day, but that's few and far between.
But that's black exploitation. Exploitation. Oh my god.
Exploitation.
Thank you guys. That's not white mainstream Hollywood media. Will Smith was that, and because of that, then we could get the Michael B. Jordans. We could get the what was the nigga that just got broken up with by Lori Harvey? That nigga, Idris Elba. Like, before Will Smith, before the light skin, the beige guy, there was none of that. Unless I'm mistaken, right?
No, he's
the one. And when you really looking at it at a grander global scale, like, one of the problems that a lot of the world has when it comes to the view of black people is because a lot of the media they see is of hip hop, or it is of cooning. For lack of a better phrase, cooning. So their idea of what a black man is not necessarily a realistic view, that we're not a monolith. But Will Smith kind of helped break that. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear what's up?
I'm thinking about other black actors. That's all. They're like of that time, like. You're right. I mean, not really many action stars.
Not at all. Like, I mean, you had Wesley Snipes and Blade, but then,
Wesley.
But like, nigga, like, the first Blade was in the 90s, and the second Blade didn't come till after Will Smith had done all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know, Blades. Well, that's another time. But Blade saved Marvel.
Yeah. No, Blade started Marvel.
No, they were gonna go bankrupt.
I get you. Like, as a corporation prior to starting, but also Blade was the first thing that showed them that superhero movies could be something, which is crazy how they're stalling on making another one. But back to the subject at hand. So when Jada Pinkett Smith just comes out and like starts trashing this nigga, or trashing this nigga's
life.
Not life, but like life purpose. I'm just kind of like, bro, like, you're the one doing it. Because prior to you opening your mouth, we did think Will Smith was goated. You know what I'm saying?
She says, bro, she is a wild person, bro. Like, in her obsession with a dead man.
But
they was writing letters to Tupac. His kids.
We didn't even get into that yet.
I think we already did get into it on prior topics talking about it, because it's again been a slow dribble of information we did not fucking ask for. That's the other thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was having her kids.
Willow wrote like a letter to Tupac at a young age.
That's some crazy shit.
That's where it's been low.
And I also
how they said Lil' Kim had like an obsession with Biggie Smalls and stuff even after he died, and she like had the seance and stuff to like try to contact him and shit like that.
A seance?
Like, she would try to like talk to him. And
these motherfuckers are weird in Hollywood.
These two men cannot rest in peace.
Yeah, this was years ago when that came out.
It's like, if I die, let me stop making goddamn movies. Stop doing let me be dead.
Wait, when was the August Alsina? What year was that?
That was Entanglement. That was like 2018. That was like 2019. That was right before the pandemic.
Yeah, she needed that young.
2020.
She needed that young.
I want to say it was like July 2020.
It was.
I remember. Yeah, it was during.
I need everybody to sign NDAs in the Smith household.
3 years ago. Listen, she's the only one talking in the Smith household. That's the thing.
She needs to NDAs on everybody.
Nobody has.
She out here saying my son gave me shrooms and it helped me heal my whatever. Jaden's like,
That's
nigga,
kinda
why
lit.
are you talking? No, but like, look, when you think about it, like, how many of the family has high publicity careers and none of them talk about the family? They all keep it.
All of them,
All
except
keep
for
it PG.
except for Trey.
Listen.
I don't blame him.
He just go mad.
Willow Smith.
Yeah.
Willow Smith
It's in
too.
his inheritance.
Think about it. So Willow Smith too. What we know about her was that when she had whipped my hair, apparently she was slated to be the next big thing. She was supposed to be an Annie, apparently, like Jay-Z and Rockefeller or whatever got the rights.
Yeah.
And Willow Smith was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be famous. She took time away, cut her hair off, went punk, and now is back doing her own thing. That was probably very traumatic for her. It was probably very like, and there was probably a lot of animosity towards her parents, probably for pushing her towards certain things. I'm just gonna be honest, right? Yeah. She ain't never come out and talk about that shit. She never exposed the internal struggles of her family. So it's like, dude, for you to be the matriarch of this, and again, let's put it in perspective. Jada Pinkett Smith has not been hot for a while now, not physically, but career-wise. Nigga, I need you to get up out the mic.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like when she.
I think part of the issue is I think that Jada is like constantly competing with Will, or just like maybe men in general.
In her
Like,
mind.
like, everything she does is always like in the shadow of a man. I don't know if that's like intentional on her part, but it was like, okay, Jada was this person that like initially was using social media to like make healing cool, essentially. And like it's cool to learn and grow out loud, but like it gets to the point where now you're not understanding etiquette of like things that you should and should not share.
Because she's not a medical professional, first and foremost.
Not just in that context, but also like just in general, like on social media or with people in general. Like there are things, and that's the bad thing about social media, right? And like our generation, we were scared straight. Like we were around when social media started. And our parents were all like, don't you dare share nothing on there. You're not going to get into college. You're never going to get a job. Don't put anything out there that, like, you don't want anybody else to find because it never goes anywhere, right? Like, those are, at least that's, like, how the frame of mind that I was raised in. Jada is, like, starved for attention.
But Jada, wait, hold up.
Everything she does is not sus.
But the thing is, that analogy...
She could have had is gone.
That analogy, I would agree with you if she wasn't our parents' generation. So, like, yeah, our parents were telling us, hey, this is a real thing. Don't put everything on there. She is of that generation. And then to go further and foremost, she is a celebrity who has PR, who has agents, who were on top of the social media front before regular common people. So it's like, she probably had an ethics. She probably had, like, she has probably had people who worked for her saying, hey, we should probably settle down. And she fired them until she got somebody who was like, no, let's turn this shit up.
That's what I was going to say. Like, someone is definitely in her ear working for her.
Listen.
Somebody's like definitely in her ear telling her,
and who else is from Baltimore?
Say all this shit.
Sean Rock.
Hey.
She kind of reminds me of like a Black Kris Jenner-ish, but just messy, but less business.
Not at all. You know
like,
how calculated Kris Jenner is?
Less business, just messy.
But like, I would respect it because Kris Jenner, everybody in that family is coordinated. And anybody who starts going against the grain gets nixed. And it doesn't matter if you are Chris Humphries or fucking Kanye West. The second you don't follow the plan, it's, we're slandering you in the media, and it's not coming from us, okay? It's coming from outside sources are telling. You know what I'm saying? And if you act right, we'll even bring you back. Scott, come on, come back. She's fucking cut her... No, I don't want to say she cut her son off, but Rob is hidden in a basement somewhere until he got his shit together, okay? Let's just be honest. We cannot compare the masterful sociopath that is Kris Jenner...
Is Rob skinny again?
Probably not. I don't know. No one's seen him. Like, for all we know, he's dead. Like you know what I'm saying? He went off. He went off and gave jeans to Black China. Let her, like, he literally gave them a chink in the armor. And Kris Jenner said, "Okay, we're gonna sit you down for 10 years. Okay, you don't get it. I mean, I just there's no comparison. There's no comparison whatsoever. And at the end of the day, I cannot find first week numbers for anybody else's fucking book. I don't know. So I don't know if that 30,000 number of Jada's book was true, if it's good or if it's bad.
Yeah.
But just from the outside looking in, it didn't seem necessary. There is no part of
Bro,
you just breathing into the mic, my
My
guy.
bad.
I'm just trying to tell you, help you out. You know, but it's just one of those things where
motherfucker has his mom running his Instagram.
who
Rob Kardashian.
I bet
Makes sense.
runs a tight fucking ship, but it just seems so unnecessary. And again, for somebody who outside looking in, I don't know if she thinks she's competing with Will, because yes, Jada Pinkett Smith had a very illustrious career early in the 90s. But I was looking at her IMDb the other day, and like all the projects that she's either executive produced look like something that has to do with Will Smith. Like straight up the last 10, 15 years. Like she has not had any crazy roles. She had that one role in that Girls movie with Tiffany Haddish, Girls Trip.
Yeah.
She was the weakest link of that fucking movie. You could have.
I haven't even seen that movie.
You could have. I did. You could have put any fucking black female actor in there, and it would have been much funnier, much better. Like she. I just.
The sad part is I don't even recall what her role was.
Exactly.
She was like the goody two shoes.
Yeah, with the African in it, bro.
She was like,
Damn.
no, she had just got divorced. Yeah, she was the one who ended up having sex with that guy.
Isn't that
That's
crazy?
crazy.
Isn't that
The
crazy?
young African.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Kofi. Yeah.
You know, sometimes they say the roles that are close to home, you can portray the best. But what the
Damn.
She was
fuck?
in the last movie. She was in with the Matrix.
And lastly, I'm gonna say this too, because correct me if I'm wrong, okay? There's been a documentary on Tupac. There's been multiple movies where actors have played him in cameos. I ain't never once in none of these movies heard some shit about Jada Pinkett Smith and Tupac's relationship.
Hey,
Not fucking one. Okay?
hey. She enjoyed his spirit.
Like, I hope in the afterlife we get to ask some questions. Because that's one of mine. Because I want to know, was that a real relationship?
Find Tupac.
They were supposedly just
Find them.
friends.
He up in heaven. This bitch. Why she keep lying on my
They
name?
were friends. I feel like she's making it seem
But
like
they
that
were
was
like-
a lot.
Somebody
Yeah,
said
they,
No,
yeah,
and
there
this
were
is-
like letters apparently of him like saying about how much love he had for her and this and the third. Like they were like soulmates. Let her tell it or whatever. I mean, you can be friends. and
Let
be
her
Yeah.
tell it.
soulmates,
But the thing about it is,
it
He ain't here to tell his
that-
side.
and he had a boo thing.
Like,
He had bad bitches, bro.
No, but he had one that was like holding him down. Apparently, you know what I'm saying?
Dated multiple women.
No,
Tupac.
but there was that one girl who was like his woman.
Who?
She was in the movie. I don't fucking know.
I
The
know-
light skin
I don't know
shawty.
Tupac
She
lore.
died, yeah.
But he like had a
Not
lover.
she died, but she was with him when he died. It was Quincy Jones' daughter.
Yeah, this is like a real woman who like it was a part of his story, and she has never come out and like, let me tell you my escapades with Tupac, even though it will probably make
I'm
her
gonna look her up.
good
She probably-
money.
Wonder if she got something that like said something.
Probably this bitch is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, bro, like it's like we all. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I know women in their later years who start just doing shit for attention. Like I don't know, bro. Like
That's what Donica said. It's just she started.
That's what it is. And social media is a hell of a drug.
it's a hell of a fucking drug, bro. So
She got
at this point,
Shit.
Jada Pinkett,
Look that shit up.
we're pleading with you.
Let's see, John. Stop.
Just shut up. Will Smith, you gotta do more, okay?
Damn, this shawty that he is Rashida Jones' sister, and excuse me, this motherfucker this shawty had LL Cool J too.
The guy who was, the girl who.
Yeah. Her name is
I don't know.
Kadada Ann Jones. I don't know. She was chilling with Pac though.
You know why it probably worked out? Why she could get all these niggas?
Because she was quiet.
Because she kept her fucking mouth shut. Let's just be honest.
But a lot of the women, and low key, that's probably part of the problem now. A lot
She
of the
also
women back
dated
then,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
when they were dating these men, whether they were rich or not, they were keeping their fucking mouth shut. And look at them now.
I agree with you.
All
Sometimes
come into the light.
But like, Nothing that Jada Pinkett Smith has opened her mouth about. No, we're keeping it here. Nothing she's opened her mouth about. Anybody's been like, damn, that was interesting. Because the last thing I'll talk about it too is like, there's been rumors going around about Will Smith and his sexuality.
Oh, you're talking about him and Dwayne Martin.
Listen. This does, and then the most recent thing I saw from TMZ was TMZ asking Jada, because now we're all like, you don't give a fuck about this nigga. What's going on with him?
See, and
she goes, lawsuit. We suing.
Right. And bitch. Gets in the truck and they drive away.
Bitch.
That's all you gotta say.
We don't believe you. Like.
So y'all think Will?
No, but what I'm saying is, what armor does he have left? Okay, because you know what I'm saying. Like at this point,
if you pick now to defend your man,
right? It don't make sense. It makes it look a little guilty. And when I say guilty, it shouldn't even be guilty. It's just
if he like to do what he like to do, it's his business.
It's his business. But now all we know is his business, and for real, Nick. Okay.
Yeah, and all we know is his business.
Let's be honest, Devontae. Real niggas. Let's talk real niggas right now. If your woman was out here making you look this fucking crazy, talking about shit, it was good. Had you sitting across the table saying, you know what this was, and you on the brink of tears.
You got cut her off.
When you show yourself on a boat, regardless of if you kissing on neck, regardless of whatever, is that boat gonna be in the Arctic? Or is that boat going to be a 70-footer in Dubai?
Who got a boat?
With 10 bitches.
Yeah, he fucking lost me too.
Under the you didn't see that? Did y'all not see the response video Will Smith put out talking about basically that he's unbothered?
No, I didn't see
Oh my God.
Oh, he was
yes.
like, I have something to say, but then he put that video and it like...
Yeah, and it like...
It's just him being funny, like...
But no, what I'm saying is, my nigga, that looks crazy. Like, to niggas who want you to fight back, that looks crazy.
But he don't want to fight back.
Yeah.
Because he sees how...
Because of that image thing you talked about, too.
Yeah, because then it's going to just go back and forth. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, what image is there left to salvage? What's the last movie Will Smith's gonna be in? That was like...
It's not
It was just in the Venus and Serena. It was that one.
That got no press because of this shit. I saw it.
It did. It won a thing.
That was before the slap. The Venus and Serena.
It was the same night.
Is that the one that won him?
I thought he won that for that King movie.
King Richard.
Richard, yeah.
That's Venus and Serena's dad.
Yeah, that's the movie.
Oh wow!
Damn.
I was thinking that the whole time that was like a movie about medieval times.
Right.
I was like,
Will
Smith did a movie like that? Like, damn.
And then the next movie was a damn slave movie.
What?
Oh yeah, he did. I seen the preview for that.
So they making him pay his fucking dues.
Yes,
yeah. I think that trailer dropped.
Had me weak. He said I watched that movie just to watch him get.
Yeah, that trailer dropped like right after the.
But like, let's talk about you, Chris Rock. You know why you got slapped. Fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, you had us all sitting here going, damn, there was no reason. Because I'm going to keep it a band. Even if you knew there was talk behind the scenes or whatever, whatnot.
That was years ago, though.
It was prior to. It was this decade. And what I'm saying is, years ago, the rumors and the public perception of Jada and Will was never that they were divorced. So for you to be that high, for you to be that high level and think you can go call and be like, hey, I heard the grapevine. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, what?
I just think all
it was just celebrity, like, you did gossip too or whatever.
I think that just all of our heroes are just, they're getting old and like we're starting to see like
they're human and fucking crazy, like
in a little caddy.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's just like how we do our parents and stuff like that. I was just talking stuff like that, like
they're people.
Who were they before they were your parents?
And probably made hell more mistakes than we did.
Listen, I agree with you guys, but even if
we talk about the Smiths, can we just talk about the children and leave the grown folk?
Not really. I want to separate the kids from all this bullshit. I agree with you. But what I'm saying is, even if this was like people we knew, like if this was just people we knew that were our peers who we graduated with, this shit would be crazy. This shit would be fucking crazy. Oh, their podcast is getting 4 views. But did you see that she had her husband on talking about, yo, you know, well, we've never seen him with another woman. But yeah, but they said, it's just, this is messy. We wouldn't take this from anybody, bro. And it just like, to take him off the pedestal, it seems like, bro, I would be telling my homie, you should break up with your girl, bro. Your image don't mean shit.
We would be in the group chat after every exchange, like,
what? Stand up.
Like, what's going on? Are you good? What's happening?
And then again,
fight back.
Yeah.
And then again, if this was people we didn't know, I would be looking at Chris Rock like, you got slapped because you pulled up on my nigga before they were officially divorced.
Yeah.
And like they said they were separated. That's why you got slapped, my nigga.
Bro,
you knew what it was. You weren't a stranger to them. You know what I'm saying? You've been in rooms with them.
Yeah. And even outside looking in, if we don't...
Wait, one at a time.
Oh, my bad.
No. Go ahead.
I was going to say, even outside looking in, even if we don't know about the whole hitting on... Like, you're joking about this disease that she has, allegedly. I don't even know if it was confirmed real or not. Yeah, alopecia. But people were saying it wasn't real at one point. I don't know.
She still got hair.
I got alopecia.
You know what alopecia is?
Yes, it gets patchy. Like alopecia isn't just you go straight bald. Like
a lot of people
She
shave
shaved
it.
it. No,
So you don't look patchy.
She didn't just go like.
But like he was joking about that, so like
you can go bald in certain spots.
Yeah, she.
Will had two reasons to slap.
got
Is
a
what
low
I was
fade.
going to get at.
Now, but she.
My bad. Go ahead, Donica.
Play your devil's advocate, Donica.
My devil's advocate is that maybe Will Smith's not saying nothing back because, you know, she could be spilling all of her side of the mess, and there could be a whole Will side of the mess that, like, he furthermore doesn't want to be revealed because he does want a certain image of himself. I feel like if we look at them, like, as a case study as individuals, it makes sense why they married each other because while Jada actually is not, like, your all-American wife, she is, like, a good, what do you call it? A good match for someone who's willing to just like play a certain part, and it seems like that's what Will wanted, right? Like he wants this, like, yeah, we're unified, you know, mixed family, and I allow her to do her own independent thing, and she's successful, and like it was working for a while, but then at some point somebody's ego got hurt, and she chose to go on the like off path that Will's clearly not a fan of because it goes against his image that he wants for himself. But he's not going to say anything because if he does, he could be the next person that's settling in less than 24 hours.
Okay, are you putting some crazy shit on Will Smith's name? Because I don't like that. I don't like that devil's advocate.
I'm not putting nothing on nobody's name.
I don't like that. I don't like doing that type of shit.
I don't know anything.
Because here's my devil's advocate. Here's what I think. Here's what.
Why not fight back? Well, why not?
Because what if he's gay? What if he's actually gay and he doesn't want to be outed? And what if Jada Pinkett Smith is like, I know you suck male dick, and I know in the black community that looks crazy to some people. So I'll blow up your spot if you come out here and make me look crazy. But I'm gonna keep doing what I want to do, and you can't do shit, nigga. What are you gonna do about it? What if that's it?
That's actually
because I think that's what's going. Honestly, if you want my opinion, I think that's what's going on. I think Will Smith might have. Because, again, if it was any other nigga who was heterosexual and your wife was sitting in front, or whatever it is, was sitting in front of you telling you...
Do people really care nowadays?
People still care.
People do still care.
People do still
they still care.
I feel like it was like he was...
No, pause.
Most people don't, but...
We right now, at this table, we are 4 college-educated, black, just... progressive individuals, but like when you think about hip hop in general right now, there still has not been a openly gay black rapper. There's been openly gay black R&B artists or pop artists who still had a lot of controversy when they came out. Lil Nas X coming out.
You got Santana.
Listen. And right now, half of the internet was on academics' side because they were like, well, he can't go back against a gay because he can't see, because, you know, and it's kind of like, no, there's nuance to all of that. But again, it's like there has not been an openly gay black rapper. There's not been an openly gay athlete who has still retained the level of celebrity before they came out. Like it's just, we are still so far behind in that area that, again, I could see somebody like Will Smith, who does really worry about his image, thinking, damn, even if we all go, yo, if he came out as gay, it'd be fucking, he would be, what's the word? championed.
Yeah.
No, I could see him being like, dude, I'm gonna lose what's left of my audience.
It wouldn't go like Elton John for him, like being that superstar, like still having all that power. It would go like because he's black. It's
you know what the first joke would be? That's why he didn't punch that nigga.
Because he's zesty.
Because he's sassy. Damn. It's exactly how it would go. Will Smith cannot come out as gay in 2023 and not get a large percentage, unfortunately, of the black population. Because it's not just niggas, too. It's women. There's black women who literally right now...
Some black women be worse than the men.
I'm telling you. I'm telling
crazy.
Everything gay.
Bro, yeah, black women be wild.
Yeah. The list of things that straight men can't do because of black women is.
And again, we forget. And also, let's not forget.
On Twitter,
Will Smith is hip hop.
I think it's why.
He comes from hip hop. He is not Juilliard trained. Like, this is nigga started out as a rapper, won Grammys, got a hit TV show, then got the fucking opportunity to go do movies.
And he always had bad bitches in his life.
And that's another thing that's like, you've always been around these women, you even married one, it's like, now you gotta, like, or not, you don't have to, but can you?
They go, yeah, because they gonna come out, you was in the closet, this is what the problem with gay men. They be out there fucking these women,
and then
fucking these niggas. It's like, bro.
And then imagine.
Exactly.
Imagine Jada.
Like you can't get HIV from women. All right, but let's move on. We spent a lot of time on that. 30 minutes on that. But yeah, okay. And we're gonna balance it out. We're gonna balance it out real quick. We're gonna talk about how wild Diddy. We're gonna talk about how wild these niggas have been towards women. But first, before we get to Diddy, we gotta tell one fuck nigga to. He needs his ass beat. What's his name?
Darius punk ass.
Darius punk ass. Keke, we are so fucking sorry.
Who fucking cares?
That's his name.
His first name.
Look, why is every nigga named Darius trifling? Darius Jackson, Darius, whatever the fuck his name is.
Darius.
No, you know Darius Jackson, the nigga who had his wife out there on that screen talking about, hey, you know, I cheated.
He was a football player,
but she gonna stand beside me.
And she was like a real Christian, like it was like a real Christian type. And you seen that video?
He was out here talking to niggas, talking down to them. We talked about him.
He did a couple of videos. It wasn't just one. He did a couple of videos.
That was his whole image. Was relationships and stuff like that. And then
it was from like a Christian perspective.
She looked scared.
Listen, she even came back now and is talking about how he manipulated her and all this stuff.
She looked manipulated on the camera. Like she looked.
He was holding. He looked like he was squeezing the life out of her leg.
Yeah. If you gonna cheat, just own it.
If you gonna cheat, just don't be in a committed relationship. Yeah. That's the thing. It's these pussy ass niggas who are so worried about whatever they doing. Like, nigga, be lonely, then you get your rocks off a little bit. Go back to being lonely, then get your rocks off a little bit. You don't get to eat your cake and eat it too, my guy. Like, that's the problem. Whatever.
I mean, it's more complex than that.
Is it?
Yeah. Some people got real life issues they dealing with.
Hold on. We said fuck Darius. What we say fuck Darius for?
Darius. Okay, so if y'all,
Keke Palmer and threw her across the cast. You didn't see that video?
I didn't see the video. I don't like watching anything black trauma.
Okay, so all right, hold on.
She put a restraining order against him in custody for her kid.
All right,
because he went into her house unannounced and chokeslammed her or whatever. Like he attacked her or whatever. And this video of it. And then she also posted previous information, like previous evidence for the restraining order, previous evidence, like other videos
of
and
abuse
of him, abusing and stuff. You could tell though from the way he just went to Twitter with that thing and stuff like that. Like
I saw that his brother said something on it too, Saronis Jackson.
And then did you see? Dalton. Hold on. Okay,
that's been going crazy, and that's why like everybody, his family, been commenting and stuff because she just went full on black mama on them. Like it's fuck all them and their kids.
And apparently Usher gay too. She said that.
Yeah, she said Usher was gay.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was
so,
in the video.
So long story short, to be concise, Keke Palmer released, or actually she filed for sole custody of her 8-month-old and a restraining order against Darius Dalton. whatever. And I actually put in my notes, Darius, whatever the fuck his name is.
Darius, Jack, Dalton.
And for those of you who remember episode 107, this is the same nigga that really got up in arms on Twitter about Keke Palmer going to the Usher concert in a slightly revealing dress. At the time, I did give some devil's advocate to why I think there is a situation where that would be maybe not appropriate, but I could see where the sentiment was coming from. Maybe there was something in their history that caused them to be insecure that wasn't necessarily there prior to. But a lot of women were saying, no, this is controlling behavior. This is very exemplary of a nigga who's abusive. And maybe he's not got to the point of putting hands on somebody yet, but this is something that looks like it's leading down that way. And it literally wasn't even, it was 2 months ago.
Yeah, 2-3 months.
It literally took 2 months for us to get, at first, I only saw the still images, but then, and even in the still images, you could clearly see, like, Keke Palmer bent at a 90-degree angle, and this nigga looking like in a blur, like he's fucking throwing her to the ground. And we would think about it, too, like, this nigga is like, what, 6 foot? 5'11", he's scrawny, but he's 5'11", 6 foot. Keke Palmer no more than
she's not tall.
That nigga look fit, bro.
Five,
and she's pretty small.
Yeah, and so at the end of the day,
like with the first stuff, or how you want, with certain stuff about, like, yeah, I don't condone putting no hands on.
But let's be honest,
nobody.
Devontae, have you ever cared about your woman, how she dressed when she left the house?
I don't get in another man relationship. Some men.
No. I'm saying you personally.
Like, do what you want to do.
Exactly, me too.
But like for some
personally, don't you like it if your girl look good?
Yeah.
Don't you like it if you walk out with your girl and it's like, damn, I got the baddest bitch in here?
Yeah. But I also know some niggas just run their house a different way or run their relationship.
His main thing was she's a mom. Like he said several times, just like
some of those old time thinking.
Yeah.
And they really.
But
they don't apply no more.
But what was going on a long time in the old time?
Posted, but it's crazy though that he went, oh, she's a mother, but he definitely posted her of like a week or so before in like her leggings or something, like showing her body off to the camera or whatever. No, it was because of Usher and the fact that he won't there with her at the concert.
Yeah, I think some cats are more controlling. Some cats have their own.
Her being a mother.
They own beliefs on what they want.
It's okay when you do it.
It's a problem when I do it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, I've heard wild stories like in this life. I've heard people be like, I've been in a relationship and bro was like, yeah, you can't have no social media if you rocking with me.
That's insecure as fuck.
What?
And listen, that's insecure.
Yeah,
but listen, so I want you to get out of your provider helmet and let's get into your real nigga helmet. What real nigga do you know that's done some shit like that? Personally, I don't know any. All my niggas that have like, what's the word, fruitful or depth to their relationships, who, we might, all men have misogynistic tendencies, but not all men are misogynists, right? The niggas that I like look up to as my peers or as, whatever, like how they treat women, it's really like equals, or she wearing the pants, or she picking out my clothes. To be honest, you know what I'm saying? Like every time I get around a nigga who starts speaking or saying shit that can to me look a little controlling, and like even if I don't know you're like being physically or verbally, emotionally like abusive, it makes me start thinking like, damn nigga, what you be doing, dog? Because like again, like it's like.
And I'll say that like
maybe we gotta circle back to Jonah Hill. Like
some people are just very odd when they're in relationships and have these odd demands of their person and stuff like that. And because I really don't know what goes through people's minds. I think control comes from anxiety and the need to be in control so that you feel less anxious. That's when you look at the root of it, a lot of people are like, oh, he's controlling. Now, yes, you can be controlling, but they have to get to the root. Really, it's a lot of anxiety they have with themselves. They feel like the person will leave them and stuff like that. Because it can go both ways. It can go, I've met gentlemen that also have been like, oh, my girl don't like me to do this, or my girl don't want me to do that.
But every time in those relationships, in my personal or my most humble opinion, those aren't mature, fully developed relationships. Like, those are relationships where whichever partner that feels like they're being controlled cannot fully express themselves to their best ability. Like, I've been in relationships where somebody has told me, I really don't like I don't want you to lock your hair, or I don't want you to, I don't like it when you dress this sort of way. And to me, it's like, damn, like, I'm doing X, Y, and Z to make sure that I provide for what I need to do. So why can't I express myself in the way that I want to express myself? I've been in relationships where I've never heard them say once some shit about your hair, your clothes, but they might give input. I think you might look better than this, but hey,
share the world.
You gonna do what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
I think like, if you say
we argued today over a color of a cardigan. We didn't argue, but we talked about it. By the end of the day, it was like, you gonna wear,
I forgot.
You gonna wear what you gonna wear. You know, I think it will look better like this. But I mean, shit.
I think
do
people are just odd, man. And I think like it's what people are willing to like put up with, or they feel comfortable. Because like there's some people, they don't want their partner to do certain things, and they may be from, I don't know. So it's just it's like control is control. Like
from trauma, nigga. I don't say it's from trauma, but it's from unresolved personal growth. Like it's like, and at that point, should you be in a relationship?
Yeah, no, you can't be in a relationship. Somebody just told me this week, like a lot of times people get in a relationship just to feel like whole and all this, or help impede on some happiness. And he was saying he'd been there, done that. He's in his 40s. He said you're supposed to come into a relationship a happy motherfucker, and they supposed to be happy motherfuckers feeding their own intrinsic shit, and y'all supposed to be just two happy motherfuckers together.
See, I think a lot of people think, yo, two halves can make a whole,
and they never.
But the problem is, y'all both need to eat. I don't know how I'm gonna do this fucking analogy here, but I'm thinking it in my head.
It's like you're actually making sense.
It's like you have two people, right? You're trying to get to 100, but you're only both bringing 50-50. But when you got two people both trying to get to their personal 100, and it's two people going for the same 100, that's now 200. So now you only got 100% of the 200. Y'all both got to be 100 to get to that 200 together.
And like you don't have to.
Y'all follow? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't. You said that a little wrong, honestly.
I don't think you have to.
I get what you was. Yeah. The message is there.
Quentin was smiling. I was like, I'm cooking. All right.
I'm big on like. Recently, I was just thinking. I don't think you have to be completely healed. Like people come in like
you scaring me.
I think you have to. I think like what you're saying. Like you have to be willing to try.
Be trying like on that journey of self-discovery, self-healing, and stuff like that.
Because like I
can't lose that as a priority in your relationship.
Because it's just interesting. And like I was talking to an older lady at work at one of my jobs I work, and she was just like, it's just hard. It's hard to find. It's hard to find a good man, cause she's like they just for her it's like they just a lot of them been through shit. A lot of them got she's in her late 40s, and she's like, especially my age, like baby mama stuff.
Stuck in their ways, especially.
Yeah, I think when you get older, you do get more stuck.
The older you get, it's hard to crack that shell, men and women alike.
How old is this nigga?
Well, no, we're not talking.
I was talking about this.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I want to bring it back to this nigga.
In the podcast, to say what you said about like the anxiety and stuff or whatever, Keke Palmer had him on the podcast, and they talked about how he felt like they needed to look a certain type of way and this and that or whatever when he got into their relationship, because she kind of brought him into the spotlight. She's the star, and then now he's like all eyes on him and stuff like that. He felt like he needed to be a certain type of way or whatever, and then
he's 29.
And that he felt like she needed to look a certain type of way too, even if it didn't necessarily go with how she is, like that. And also the way they talking is like when they got together, Keke Palmer was at a different level of self-esteem than she is right now.
Yeah, sure.
Or whatever. That her face was breaking down. She talked about it, she felt a little insecure, and now she popping. She feeling herself, and he's not used to that. It's like the anxiety is popping.
And I think like having having those conversations of what I think like one thing I learned, like people. A lot of times people get into these, like, it feel good. You're moving off of feel good.
Yeah.
And they don't have these conversations about their expectations of when they're in certain type of relationships. Because it's okay for you to have your personal boundaries of what you expect a partner to be. And if that person can't be that, it don't mean that they're a bad person. It means they're not meant for you. Like
it don't mean to try to change them.
Change them. It's like, yo, you just not for me. Because it's like, yo, there's some cats that like, I want my woman to dress modest when we go out. And that's their personal.
And they go get it back.
Go find you a Muslim.
But
they saw in a crop top and booty shorts, and then tried to take her out the crop top and booty shorts and put her in a full length.
Yes.
Dress.
So it's like, but like, I think you have to know what you're looking for per se.
But that comes from self-discovery, bro. And the problem is,
and we're saying,
no,
like,
I'm agreeing with y'all.
People are trying to change. Like, if you meet, like, and you know, this is an extreme, but it's like you, like what you said. If you meet a shawty and she was at the strip club, like she a stripper or a dancer, you can't expect her to, like you said, dress modestly if you didn't meet her on that type of time.
Save your mentality.
Yeah, it's like if you didn't
like,
meet.
What if I'm happy being myself? What if I'm happy working?
But
there
I didn't even think about that. People meeting somebody on a different type of time.
Yeah.
And then expect them to change because like we together.
Women
now.
do it too. Or whatever.
Oh, for sure.
Meet a guy and stuff like that, and it's like, oh, I can fix that.
Women love
I
potential.
can do that. Yeah.
But yeah, I had this
conversation. What if I'm happy with how, like, you know, well, I'm happy with who I am.
People love potential, but people don't realize. People are like, oh, they have such this potential. People don't realize potential is just potential. There's just a possibility.
Yeah.
It's only a possibility.
If they don't want to do that change
and when you
make
get
that
enamored
difference
with the person's potential, then you'll be blinded, like you said. And I think their relationship, like, yeah, you should never put hands on a person and stuff like that.
Now let's get back to this.
Oh yeah.
This nigga needs his ass
whooped,
beat, bro. And I'm gonna put it like this, because this is his specific situation where he's a man who's not worth shit coming into a woman who literally got the world by the balls. Because Keke Palmer was on fire this year. She was on fire in her youth. She took some time. She was kind of cold for a little bit, but she was on fire this year. My nigga, if you're gonna date a woman like that, you need to go take a fucking 4-year course on Stedman. For those of you who don't know who Stedman is, he is the husband of none other than Oprah motherfucking Winfrey.
Yeah, that motherfucker, that's her long-term partner.
Well, whatever he is. Yeah. We don't know what the fuck he is. We know he fucking plays his role.
He do his play it well.
He shuts the fuck up. He shows the fuck up when he's supposed to, and that's it.
When Oprah mentions him, he's there.
Black women celebrities, their partners are like that.
And yeah,
like you see them in like the like Angela Bassett,
Viola Davis.
Yeah, I think it's definitely. I think like it really depends on the time that you met the person too in the situation, because and what the person expectation of you is. Because like you see, it's interesting. You see these celebrities, and their partner don't want their partner cool with them not going in anything. There's plenty of celebrities. They go walk the red carpet alone, and they partner at home probably playing the game or with the kids. And it really.
You know who those are? Secure ass motherfuckers. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because
I don't gotta be at everything next to her.
We right there.
Because some people can't take it.
See you when you back.
And
okay. Some of these niggas.
I was just where I was at.
Just wait till I get a mansion.
Some men can't. I mean, some people.
I don't want to work.
Some people can't take the spotlight, like in that like it creates something.
Yeah. But okay, we need to now switch the conversation to the other flip the coin, right? Not niggas who don't got shit, who are with the woman who has it all, but y'all nasty niggas who got the world and want to steal the world from somebody else, bro.
Talking about Diddy.
I'm talking about Diddy, Puffy,
and
Puff
we
Daddy,
just talked
Love.
about him on the last.
We just talked about his ass on the last podcast, giving him his fucking flowers. Oh my God! Did you see what happened?
He need his ass beat too.
He need his ass beat too. And I want to thank J. Cole. Yeah. I want to thank Drake. I want to thank who else? Who else got into a scuffle with Diddy and we haven't seen them around Diddy since?
I think the wild thing.
I think Diddy been feuding with a lot of people.
A lot of real niggas. Because here's the other thing too. I want to say some shit about, right? Because real quick. We're not just gonna say powerful men do crazy shit, and I hope this doesn't come to bite me in the ass. But for all the bullshit. Future, Drake, Future, Drake, Usher. Come on, give me another clean one.
I don't think Drake.
The Weeknd.
Drake.
Should we put Drake back?
Yeah.
Okay.
He got a little pedo-ish stuff. Grooming
The Millie
stuff.
Bobby Brown shit. That really wasn't grooming.
It's been more than just her though.
Yeah,
They
they
said something like
Georgia Smith too. Billie Eilish.
Georgia Smith was 19 when Georgia Smith was grown.
Oh, okay.
Georgia Smith was grown.
I heard 17.
19, but it was like the grooming aspect, not necessarily.
But like, okay, well, pause.
We ain't trying to get into Drake right now.
Grooming's when they're like underage and you're fucking waiting till they up.
On some
Grooming was
Jay-Z,
Tyga.
Rihanna.
Grooming was Tyga. Wait, Jay-Z, Rihanna, what?
Rihanna was living with Jay-Z in the crib when she was like 15.
That wasn't, but she was from Barbados for some reason. Okay, okay, holy
There's
shit.
a lot more with Jay-Z and Rihanna.
Is this confirmed or is this rumors?
I told you this yesterday, and you were like, no.
to be groomed, your grooming they have to be a minor.
Yeah,
That's
but
the actual definition.
Rihanna has never come out and said Jay-Z has done anything crazy. Rihanna has been a part of his record label forever. So I'm not going to put that shit on Jay-Z. I'm also not going to put that shit on Millie Bobby Brown or Drake from Millie Bobby Brown or Billie Eilish because those are both grown women who are in relationships and have every opportunity because of their stardom to come out and say what they will say. And they've all said, no, the nigga was just giving me advice. And here's what I'll say. The reason why I say there might be a difference there is because that similar thing, if y'all want to talk about Michael Jackson and how, it was weird. Macaulay Culkin came out and said, that nigga never touched me. There is something to be said about niggas who have their innocence stolen because they are child actors. And then when they see somebody else in that situation, there's a different level of understanding that they have. Now, I'm not going to say to the rest of us who don't have that back upbringing, it might look a little crazy, but until there's like proof that you did some fuck up shit, because a lot of times these are serial people who do this type of shit. It's not just one, it's multiple with the person we're talking about. It's been multiple women. I'm not going to put that on their jacket because that is a crazy thing to put on somebody's jacket.
Yeah, so what are we saying?
What I'm saying Diddy did is Cassie came out. Let's find the actual lawsuit right here. But Cassie basically this week.
I guess he didn't groom her.
No, he didn't groom her. He didn't groom her because she was 19.
That's the thing, though. If we just that's a 2-year difference from being a fucking minor.
It really don't make much difference. It's just legality, right? It ain't really development.
We can't play semantics though because what's legal is legal. If we're gonna play semantics, there are certain states where it's 16 is legal. Now again, am I going to sit here and say? Am I going to sit here and say I would do it? No. Am I going to sit here and say if I look at my niggas who are 29 and they're talking to a 19-year-old, that's a little crazy? No. I talked about this on my fucking job the other day. The rule is for it to not look this crazy, you divide you divide it by 2 and you add 7. So right now, not legally, but ethically, the only person that I should be able to date is a 21-year-old. That's the youngest I should be able to go. It still looks crazy, but at that point, you're 21, you can get the bars. Yeah. You can get the clubs. You can do what the fuck ever.
Me and AB was just talking about AB said,
Don't do it. You shut your mouth. You shut your whore mouth. I ain't gonna hear that shit. Blah, blah, blah. So the lawsuit that happened was...
The fact that he settled in one day was wild.
Listen.
That's what made me feel like... Because I don't like to be like, oh, they're guilty. Because people, sadly, people do make up stuff and whatever. But it's like, damn, bro said, let's go. Like, one day, he didn't even wait. He could have made himself look less guilty if he we just going to carry this out for years.
Okay.
Like, some people do that and then
try to find
the lawyers see what the hell they had. It was like...
Puff. All right, here we go. Fine. Sean Combs, I forgot the nigga had a fucking 5th name, is accused by Cassie of rape and years of abuse and lawsuit. Basically, it says that not long after she met him in 2005, when she was 19, he began a pattern of control and abuse that included plying her with drugs, beating her, and forcing her to have sex with a succession of male prostitutes while he filmed the encounters. But if you actually... No, it gets even worse than that because if you actually read the documents, and again, okay, I'm just going to go out there and tell you all the truth. I didn't read the documents, but I listened to a podcast on it. It basically stated that when Diddy met her, or when Diddy heard about her, he heard the Me and You song. He said, "Who's that? Get me that girl." They brought the girl. He's like, "I'm gonna sign you." So he didn't originally go, "Hey, I want to be with you." He said, "I'm gonna sign you." Signs her to a 10-year contract. So immediately, this nigga at 37 years old goes, "How can I trap this with a young girl?" Signs her to a 10-year legal contract. If we think about it, in 2005, remember, we know artists have been getting fucked for years now, but it really wasn't until like 2015, 16 that the whole Masters conversation, slave contracts, the New Edition fucking film came out where we're like, oh, this shit is really happening.
That TLC
my
nigga fucked her. She ain't released the album since.
Listen, so what happened was he came out, signed her to a 10-year contract. 2 years later, when she's 21, and at this point, no music's been dropped. She apparently had a boyfriend. Diddy tries to get with her. She's like, no, like, I'm good, nigga. Apparently, he calls her to a studio. She goes to the studio. She's recording at the studio. He forces himself upon her, like kisses her. She runs out screaming and crying. Then, I think sometime later, they go somewhere where it's like Diddy, his entourage, and Cassie. And in the midst of like a party, he hands her some pills. The pills are ecstasy. She takes the ecstasy because some people are like, why would she take the ecstasy? I don't know if anybody knows about coercion, and I don't know if anybody knows about the rumors of Diddy killing Tupac or Diddy killing Biggs, but this nigga is connected. So you be a young 20-something-year-old girl in a dark fucking club that Diddy probably owns with fucking 6'5", 300-pound security guards handing you pills saying, take this.
The only girl or whatever.
You gonna take the pills.
And they all watching you.
Apparently, that's the first time Diddy has sex with her, which, in legal fashion, is rape.
Yeah.
A person cannot consent if they're under the influence, especially if that motherfucker told you no when they were sober.
Hitting him under the influence.
And remember, all of this is happening under duress because she's under contract from this nigga. So then they start the public relationship because honestly, at this point, she's probably like, what the fuck else can I do? That now leads to years of us, I don't know if y'all remember, seeing Diddy and Cassie out in public. And if we're looking back at the videos now, we're reading body language. She looks pretty uncomfortable. I was telling Shawty here a story that young Jock was saying about how he was at a party with Diddy, or a party with his wife, sitting at a table with Cassie. There's a white woman who has her hair shaved. Diddy comes walking down, goes, "That's a bad bitch. Cassie, shave your head tomorrow." He walks away. Young Jock looks at Cassie like, "Bitch, you gonna shave your head?" And Cassie just goes, "If that's what Diddy wants."
But no, people have said, which like makes like people say we should have been seeing these patterns of like he's not okay, even from like making the band and stuff like that. Like it's very much like
we were laughing at it.
Like,
that shit was funny.
Singing for beds.
They had niggas walking across the Brooklyn Bridge for cheesecake.
So it's like people were saying like he really has.
What employer can do that?
But like people were saying like on Twitter like he's been kind of giving hints that like he's kind of a fucked up human being.
But at the end of the day,
it is just entertainment. Like around that time, it was made and stuff like that.
The people who need to go to jail, the motherfuckers in that fucking studio.
We watched it. It was entertainment.
Yeah, but like
it didn't.
Y'all seen that video with Justin Bieber?
It didn't feel real.
But like,
you know?
Right? Yeah, but once
did you see that?
But no,
did you see that video with Justin Bieber?
He
said, "Why you hit me up?" And Justin Bieber's like,
sorry, stuttering.
I mean, my manager has your phone, but if you just, he's like. Takes him like 30 seconds. He goes, I mean, you could put your number in my phone. This is when Justin Bieber was like 16, like a child.
But no,
and then what does Justin Bieber look like now?
Gay allegations tonight, Diddy, by the way.
But no,
and let's think about it this way too. Let's think about the power of homophobia. Imagine Diddy is gay though, from a young age. We're not gonna shoot him bail. Whatever he's done is wrong. But listen, what if from a young age he is gay? Can't express those feelings, and then has to go through life restraining himself, doing all this crazy shit, and that comes out in other ways.
No, but like one thing,
you should have just came out, bro.
One thing that
would have been much
like years ago, I realized like yo, Diddy just not a good person. Like, name 3 successful artists that Diddy has had long term.
But that's and see,
like these motherfuckers.
B2K broke up right after.
I think
People
everyone on his
Biggie,
label.
where Biggie at in the dirt?
I think it's like everyone's only had 2 or 3 albums on his
it'd
label.
be like it's like there's no longevity that he can create with his artists. It's like he had and like so that was like a big thing I said years ago. Cause like Young Jock, that was because he had started Bad Boy South and that didn't work out long.
And then he was trying to do this.
Did y'all listen to the
Forgiveness?
Album? I saw y'all listen.
I ain't make it through. I ain't make it through. Look at this.
I listened to it last week at the gym. I haven't listened to it again though, but it sounded pretty good.
Is.
We ain't gonna lie. The music was hot.
It's one of my top 5 albums of the year. But
well, you better not give him that fucking Grammy.
Hold up, you enjoyed it?
Yeah,
bro, hell yeah.
It was pretty good.
I love R&B music.
Tough love.
That shit's fire.
It was good. It got me through my session.
Look,
I haven't listened to it since.
let's be honest. Let's be honest. Some of these niggas that are talented are pieces of shit humans beings.
Hell yeah.
No one said R. Kelly couldn't sing. No one said Kevin Spacey couldn't act.
Oh hell
yeah. He got other.
R. Kelly a lot of things. That motherfucker could write a hit.
Look, Kevin Spacey was a great fucking actor. House of Cards, I was glued to the screen.
Yeah.
I mean, say what you will about Harvey Weinstein, but that nigga brought you every fucking movie you wanted to see in the early 2000s.
But I also believe.
And what I want to say about Harvey Weinstein is he's a piece of shit.
I believe,
just to be clear,
sometimes for people to be that talented, it has to be something.
It's a toss-up. Like, what are you giving?
It's like everybody.
It's like that Dave Chappelle was
still
where he was like,
"Man, we ain't gonna say that. We ain't gonna say that."
I mean,
I think
motherfuckers be that talented.
I think there's a fault from the people to give a pass to talented people. Okay. Like, when you are that talented, and unfortunately, the way the entertainment industry seems to work, and this is where we get that whole Illuminati,
be like,
the whole drink blood shit is, like, this nigga's making, I can't do it. This nigga's making money, so we gonna sweep it under the rug. Versus, like, nah, like, the nigga's talented, but fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
I mean, I ain't saying what they doing is right per se.
Because, listen, Lauryn Hill is a terrible fucking,
really not.
No, let's say this. Lauryn Hill has terrible punctuality
and attendance.
But I ain't heard her talking about raping no kids, raping no men, sodomizing no men, sodomizing no women.
Just because though, like,
but
shit is nothing to her at the end of the day. Like, it's just whatever.
Yeah, and that's what.
No, she's still.
What I'm saying, like,
if you're buying Lauryn Hill tickets, you are a masochist. But keep going.
But no, what I'm saying, like,
you bought Lauryn Hill tickets.
I ain't never.
Was it Lauryn Hill or was it Erykah Badu?
Erykah Badu.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, different person. I didn't think about it first.
Did you go? When
that was a couple years ago. I went down in 2019. I went up to Northern Virginia. But no, I think like
he likes to sneak concerts that are fucking legendary and not tell anybody except the people who are right there in his peripheral view. Because Couture didn't get to go with you, but like I didn't get the message. Bitch ass nigga. But keep going.
No, I think no, you chose to go somewhere else. You went and saw somebody else that night.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh, what did I see?
Sir, I think.
Oh yeah, that was good. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
you're hating that.
So I think like one of the things, like I think people that like that talented, like I think they have some type of default. I think that's just what it is.
I ain't gonna say that. Kobe was fine. Maybe he was outside on the court, but
I mean, we don't know everything about Kobe.
I guess. Oh shit, he did have that one thing.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
You might be onto something.
The what?
The golden showers thing.
Oh, that was Kobe.
What?
Was that not Kobe?
That wasn't R. Kelly.
No. I thought that was Kobe too.
Doing what?
Kobe wasn't pissing on people.
Young Miami was saying that was Diddy.
That was Diddy.
Oh my
God.
Let me look this up.
I got Diddy pissing on people.
I believe it.
That's a lot.
Okay, wait, pause. Can we talk about this Young Miami situation though?
He's a narcissist.
No, pause.
He's probably in fucking mania.
No. What do you? That can we go back to that interview that Young Miami and Diddy did, where there was that weird energy going back and forth between them.
Basically, Young Miami was like, "No, we go together." And Diddy's like, "What? For real?" But he was like, "Just playing."
Yeah, like
and he don't really claim women.
You think Carisha? She like mouth open on the ground, like piss on me.
He's an odd dude, bro.
Like she with that shit.
for me in my bedroom.
Has she said anything?
No, she ain't. She been. Look. They said I saw a tweet that said Carisha the type of woman to be like, well, he ain't do shit to me.
Absolutely, I think that is a possibility for her. Like she's.
Sometimes when that money
She
talk,
do have some
people
ignorant
actually
takes,
do.
is what I'll say. Like sometimes she be spot on, but
Real ass
sometimes she be
nigga
real like.
I think,
real ass
though,
nigga
it's
give
like
fuck.
she
Real ass bitch give
knows
fuck
what
about
her
the nigga.
boundaries are, and she's
Yeah.
not going to waver them and stuff like that. Like,
True.
and if she don't mind nigga being on her, then that's her business.
I don't see that for her.
But
I feel
that's
like
crazy.
I feel like she'll get
I
out.
do.
Man for the right money.
Is water
I don't-
sports really that crazy?
Yeah, but like,
The
you
way
never
they
know.
talk.
If you do it in the bathtub,
Look.
Huh?
Is
that
water
she had
sports
to
really that
interview
crazy?
with some
I don't know,
girl,
I
and
be
the girl
seeing
was
it.
If it's
about to get
consensual,
shot on.
you know.
Did you see that video?
What?
It was a
What?
snippet on Instagram.
Of
Young
who?
Miami interviewed some. I don't know who did. I can't remember if it was Ari or I don't know who the girl was she interviewed. And
She
one of
doing
the
scat. She
No,
doing shit play.
Young Miami was not. She was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But the girl she interviewed was like, "Oh, I'll get shit on for some money." She wasn't even talking about millions. She was like 100 million, 200. I was like, "Bitch, you fucking crazy."
Every Instagram influencer that's gone to Dubai or anywhere in the Emirates, you be like, how'd she be out there all the time? She getting shit on by some nigga out there worth fucking billions in oil money. That was a huge fucking scandal. Also, too, what was that? What's that? The Yacht Week? No. It's like the Cannes Film Festival. There was a big article about that because they had those mega yachts and like literally, it's one of those things where it's not just models, but sometimes Hollywood actresses they get put on these boats and there's all these directors and these billionaires and they get told, hey, if you do this shit with me, okay. If you do this,
like you said, my dominance.
If you do these things, we'll pay you money. Oh God. Okay. So we can let's just put a nice little hygienic bow on this.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill.
Diddy's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
because he settled that lawsuit
quickly,
under 24 hours.
Yeah,
because he could have looked better.
What was it 30 million?
Like I was telling her. Yeah.
No, he could have looked worse because apparently there's a criminal lawsuit going on in New York with Diddy. I'm not sure what it is about, but.
Well, I think that's why he's on his little forgiveness tour when he's trying to give the artists or a lot of his artists a lot of their rights back. Not all of them, some of them. I think because he knows he might be going to jail because. Wait, is the New York thing the Tupac shit?
I don't think so.
Okay, because
TPD's in LA right now.
I feel like the Tupac shit might
and that happened
come up too.
That happened in LA, right?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. So I feel like that's gonna come up somewhere.
They said the rumor is Diddy paid $1 million to have Tupac shot that.
And $1 million back then that's good money.
I feel like Diddy's the villain.
I don't think anybody ever thought Diddy was the good guy.
He played the Joker real well.
Yeah, did anybody think Diddy was the good guy?
Too well.
Let's be honest.
Better than Batman too.
Right? He kind of just stood there as Batman.
Yeah,
he ain't say nothing.
Batman, I was like,
And I ain't never seen Batman. Oh wait, Batman does crouch, but
yeah,
that just yeah.
But nah, Joker, he was on point. That nigga's a villain.
Yeah, that nigga had the whole scene.
He was free.
Yeah.
He was freestyling.
He probably felt free in that character.
Yeah. Damn.
And a lot of celebrities have been speaking out recently on the Diddy shit.
Kamora Lee Simmons came out here and said, "What's done in the dark."
I haven't seen that.
She said, "What's done in the dark will always be brought to the light."
I mean, the way he
yeah. Russell Simmons definitely was grooming.
Russell Simmons hasn't come back to the United States
That's
damn near a decade.
That's a sick human being, and his brother is a damn wrong. But it's in that situation, you still got. I mean, for me, you still gotta love your brother. You just gotta tell him he's wrong for how he lives.
You gotta love your brother from a distance.
I mean, he ain't taking pictures with his brother, but he probably still in his heart loves.
You think that nigga's coming to Thanksgiving dinner?
Shit.
He ain't came back to the States.
That nigga. We can put a plate on the front steps.
Need a Zoom link for him. That's about it.
Bro, y'all know that.
And you gotta have that Zoom link muted.
Y'all know there's a director that is essentially not came back to America since the 70s because he was accused of doing all this weird drugging and raping.
So it's one of those things where it's guilty until proven innocent, but when you just if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck.
He unlawful. It's Roman Polanski. He hasn't been back in the States for
I
years.
know that name.
That
Me
motherfucker
too.
is making it
Didn't
known.
somebody said his name?
So he was a
Nikki.
part of the Manson.
Yeah,
He was
I
part of the
heard
Manson murders, but his wife was murdered during the Manson murders. So he was messing with children, and that motherfucker has the night before his sentencing in 1978.
Did it say where he is?
He's still directing movies. Like, the nigga is like, yo, I'm in France. Y'all have no jurisdiction here.
Oh.
He ain't like
Nigga said, come fucking get me if you dare.
Yeah, the night before his sentencing, he went to Europe.
That's a nasty nigga.
Oh, I thought I thought you was gonna say like bro was in like Russia or something. Yeah.
Nah, this
China.
motherfucker. Have you ever seen the movie The Pianist?
Yeah, that was with that one nigga during the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He directed it.
Dang.
Years. I mean, bro is just like kind of what you think. That's a different level of
You said
copy
everybody got
there.
everybody got.
So
a
you
little
saying
crazy.
there's some skeletons in Martin Scorsese's closet?
Wouldn't surprise me. I think a lot of these guys got some issues, and like I'm not gonna say justify like what they're doing is like right, but I think like
The Dave
during
Chappelle
those
joke,
times-
he saves but he rapes.
Yeah, and I think during the time period, like some of that shit's like people won't cracking down on pedophilia like they do now. Like if you popped up back in the 70s, and let's say you was 29 and you had a 16-year-old girlfriend, won't nobody being like, damn, bro, really out here with a 29-year-old? With a young jump, because it's like normal for back then. But now if somebody pop up with a 16-year-old, they're like, bro, got a pedophile.
I feel like it was, but I think that's a myth too, though, because like, yeah, it was more widely like accepted by more people, but there is still a lot of people in those times. Like a mother would be like, "You can't have my daughter. She's fucking 16. She's fucking 15. What's wrong with you? You a grown ass fucking man."
Yeah, but
Some mom.
Cause like I feel like you
My
read
mom
books
was
about
like,
that.
What's the paycheck looking like?
yeah.
Oh, they're paying for stuff, but that's like a historical.
Yeah, it's like a historical context. Like,
No,
And
I'm
I-
agreeing with you,
yeah.
but I think like
not to say even if we go like
I don't-
in the 30s,
I don't think- I don't-
shit.
yeah, in the 30s, the 20s, like before Industrial Revolution, but like in contemporary society, like it's like
pedophilia.
the 80s, the 70s, and the 90s, like no, there has always been a portion of the public like that's some weird shit, bro.
Aaliyah's parents ain't fuck with that shit.
Yeah, like it's like what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I don't really understand what motherfuckers honestly get out of it, but it's it ain't the dude. Like I actually have a supervisor that works with he's certified in like working with sex.
Say, bro, you just out here.
No, and he's not. I mean, he's certified to work
No,
with
I got
sexual
you.
predators.
I got you.
And he'd be like, bro, it really, like, when you start doing therapy about, like, why they offend and why they choose children, like, it gets deep. He's like, a lot of it's they've been offended against.
Isn't that the thing, yeah?
Yeah, but he was like, some of them, like, it's just what they choose, man. It's a matter of control.
Just sickness.
Yeah. Well, John, don't get certain people started, because I remember I was watching something. Some people say it's not, and he was saying some people will say it's not a mental illness. It's a sexual preference, as if they were homosexual.
No,
I'm just saying.
We ain't adding, ain't no more alphabets going.
They're not adding
Enough
a
letters
P.
Already.
They not adding a P.
You had the C.
Children.
Children, nigga.
No.
What?
Bro, yo, you definitely heard that. Like that's
Oh,
been
yeah.
the argument
I've
over
seen
the
it.
years.
We're
Like,
not doing that.
No. That's but a lot of times too. That's an argument weaponized by people to stop the other sexual preferences from having rights. Like, like literally, a person at one point in his life who was like, homophobia leads to pedophilia. I mean, it's what it is.
Yeah.
And it's literally like, nigga, not homophobia, but homosexuality leads to pedophilia.
Yeah.
And it's like, and we literally have to look at nigga and be like,
What?
yo, you need to
leave.
get the fuck off the computer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You are definitely in the dark net.
Yeah, you doing some crazy shit. You like right next to terrorism. Okay? Like he gonna start like that nigga who did rest in peace to all those people who lost them lives. But them niggas who did those shootings, that is the same level of thinking.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm happy I'm actually happy they monitor. Well, the computer, my coworker didn't know having child pornography is illegal.
What?
He was just like, bro, that's
What?
like you just did not know that was a charge.
But like,
Does he have it?
that's exactly like it's like.
I'm gonna go home.
Yeah, I think he said, I got to go break right now.
He was like,
He come out sick the next day.
he was like
Had to
explaining
give me
to
the
me. He was like, so because I was like,
That'd be one of those scenes where like you just like you would have that happen in the conversation, and then someone in the back just goes, and just like gets up without saying anything.
because we're on the topic of like basically people that I work with have pled injury out of like all sorts of stuff because like their mental health.
People
And
you work with as clients,
clients,
not
yes.
coworkers.
Yeah, the clients.
Okay, look, I'm looking at him like,
The clients
what?
we serve
They
have-
let them. They collaborate. Like,
But they have pled injury out of everything, and it'd be like, and I was like, yeah, I've seen like people be like, yeah, I was mentally insane when I was fucking purchasing child pornography, and I'd be like, bruh, that's a wild one to take, bro.
What?
Like I'd be like, but like they'd be like, yeah, I was insane. The voices were saying, go after the children. I'm being so serious,
Go after the children sounds like murder to him, not like.
bro. I'll tell y'all later. I've had some like, bro.
whoa.
When people are,
No, you tell us now,
bro, when
So-
people are, when people are manic, they just have these. I mean,
Nigga, I work in the
that's what
ER,
I'm
bro.
saying.
But
Their
like,
thinking processes be out there, bro. Like,
listen. That scramble shit. Like, listen, I never seen somebody be manic and be like, oh, I wanna, you know. But I've definitely seen people, yeah, like in the fucking. You were in public, sir. I've seen niggas shit on the floor. I've seen niggas literally get out the bed, pull their pants down, and shit on the fucking floor. Okay, so yeah, I get it. You can be in a weird state, but none of them, to my best of my knowledge, who had the wherewithal to get out their credit card, Google, and put their information.
You know how dark of the web? You can't buy child pornography.
Nigga, we've had our fun. I can't even look at my phone, nigga. Like, these niggas, they crazy. But listen, so
There's some sick human beings.
these some sick people out there. Darius, whatever the fuck your name is, you need to go to jail. Diddy, you need to go to fucking jail. Any rest of y'all niggas, I don't give a fuck how well you can sing arpeggios. I don't give a fuck how good your pin game is. I don't give a fuck how fast you can run a ball. It does not give you the right to harm another human being, bro. Because at the end of the day, we are all human, and we're going to get back to that point later in the episode. But let's get through some quick hits of bullshit, because I really don't care. Ron DeSantis is wearing fucking 3-inch heels to look taller. Do we give a fuck? Because we kind of know where these Republican mindsets are. No, but he's doing it because he wants to seem taller on the presidential stage, and he look
more powerful.
He looks goofy, and when they ask him about it, he's not saying, "Yeah, I'm doing it." He's no,
He's not.
I'm not. It's a whole like conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? That actually seems to be true.
He's interesting.
I don't.
Okay, we don't care.
Yeah.
All right.
Fuck him though.
Oh, Snoop Dogg.
Stop smoking the Zod.
So we're going to respect his privacy, because I've seen a lot of people talking about this and making jokes, but I really want them to respect his privacy.
Because niggas didn't respect Chadwick Boseman's privacy, and then look what
That is true. That is true. Snoop Dogg stopped smoking, and Chadwick Boseman was looking very skinny, and people were like, "Oh my God, is he on drugs?" And he turned out to have like
Cancer.
crazy. Was it colon cancer?
yeah.
Snoop better not have nothing.
Okay, so again, what I'll say is, when you smoke, guys, you have to remember what drugs you're doing. Blunts are tobacco. Like, I hate to say it, but if you're smoking 3 blunts a day, 4 blunts a day, my nigga, you're kind of smoking like a quarter of a pack of cigarettes a day.
He was smoking more than
75 to 100 blunts a day.
my man.
I don't know if they were.
So he's gonna
bunch of
have
days, but he
withdrawals.
definitely-
No, they were. That's what I'm telling you right now. Snoop Dogg
He only
smokes
smoked
blunts. He didn't only smoke blunts, but he smoked blunts. Like, blunts are the tobacco leaf. So at the end of the day, if you're smoking blunts, you have a higher risk for lung cancer. Now, marijuana has not been attributed. Marijuana, just the plant itself, has not been attributed to straight cancer. But if you smoke any type of particulate matter, there is risk of COPD and emphysema. And honestly, if you smoke, you're going to have some sort of COPD. So for all the people who haven't made their bed with that, I'm here to tell you, this is probably going to happen to you. But there's the thing. Lung cancer kills you. COPD, if you stop smoking, you can still live a quality of life into your later years. We're all gonna die one day. I just want everyone to know that. So some of y'all sitting here going, "That's why I'm never gonna do it." You're still gonna die. You might live 10 more years. You might live 20 more years, nigga. But if I make it 75, joke's on you. Okay? Free? What?
Not free, bro.
And at the end of the day, too, he just said he stopped smoking. For all we know, nigga can still be doing edibles. Like, shit. That's my goal. Listen, that's my plan. The second the doctor says, hey, buddy, you got some scarring in your lungs. Cool. Where the brownies at?
I really enjoy shooting, man. I don't want them to die.
Everybody's gonna die. I want everybody to know that. That's why you give people their flowers, because you never know.
And he's lived a hell of a life too.
Mm-hmm.
So far, he ain't.
There has been nothing that Snoop Dogg has touched that he didn't make better.
Yeah,
From high school football to Planet Earth,
and you know what's
rap music, stoner movies,
and
cooking shows. He made Martha Stewart interesting.
And you know what he's never
to black
done?
people. I mean, I don't know.
His wife has never come out and said, "Well, yeah, why he abusing and all that."
Yeah, because he was smoking weed, not drinking alcohol. Like, it's kind of hard to beat a bitch when you're sleeping. To be honest.
You know he got a porno too, bro.
No, he's not. No, Snoop Dogg. Okay, listen, I know what you're talking about. Listen, so for those of you who don't know, we're gonna give you some nice porn knowledge here. So Snoop Dogg had a song in the early 2000s, the mid 2000s, early 2000s, called "Sexual Eruption."
No, I'm talking about a real.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about something different.
Nah.
So what you got?
So like basically, there's a porno that like Snoop Dogg is like in the the breaks where he just start rapping and talking.
Yes, I'm telling you.
And then random people be fucking.
That's sexual. Listen, okay. Listen. So
Yes.
he released a song called "Sexual Eruption." He had to change it to sensual seduction for the clean version. Sold millions. But if you go to Pornhub or xnxx.com, you can find a third music video for the song. And it's "Sexual Eruption," and it's basically porn stars fucking with Snoop Dogg actually in the scenes. Snoop Dogg will be like, in one scene, he's in like a pit chair, and there's like a nigga fucking a bitch in front of him, and he's like, "Sexual eruption, so we can get," and then cut scenes to like some other hardcore porn scenes. But yeah, no, Snoop Dogg was like, yeah.
But he always tries to get into different industries and make money.
He's just open-minded, bro. You know, and that's simply that. So we hope you're doing well, Snoop. We're not going to pry into what's going on with your business, man. And everybody else who is, you guys are pieces of shit. But last thing, we're going to talk about Drake's album. I mean, it's Drake album. If you at this point, which I knew was going to be a hit. When people were hating on it, I was like, you guys just don't understand women, bro. Like, I just don't get it sometimes. Like, how can you hear Sexy Red, SZA on a beat to something that can be rhythmic and not go, the ladies are going to love this? Yeah. Charlamagne the God said it best. Drake is going to have a career that spans so far past anybody in his contemporary peers and these current new batch of rappers, because the variety of music he put out is going to sound so good in a Vegas residency. He's one of the only rappers who's going to be able to have a Vegas residency. Like, I just went and saw Usher on a Vegas residency. Yeah. I'm keeping the band right now. Like, all these SoundCloud rappers, Lil Uzi Vert, he's not going to be able to do that. Playboy Carti, he's not going to be able to do that. Like, they're titans in their field right now. But it's not going to be some shit you're trying to hear when you're fucking 70.
Like, Drake, only him and Hov could do it.
I don't even know if Hov can really do it, because now it's the time for Hov to do it. He's up there in age, and like Hov has the emotional records, you know what I'm saying? But like Drake has like music to fuck to, like music to slow dance to. No, but what I'm saying is like when you go to a Vegas residency, it's literally. So when I went to the Usher residency and we were not dressed to the nines, there were older black people in there dressed to the nines. You know what I'm saying? Drake has that type of music, bro. Like, he's got the music that's going to have you be able to sing along, to get hyped real quick.
Which one
he's
was
got
it
a
at?
range.
Which hotel was it at?
I forget what hotel it was at.
That's at Dolby Live.
Yeah, Dolby Live, yeah. We got those tickets were a steal, bro. 100. Did I tell you all about that?
Real? Nah.
Oh shit, yeah, no. So we were out in Vegas for Pinky's 30th birthday. Shout out to that nigga.
Yeah.
The last day, niggas were fucking, not niggas, but certain niggas were playing me, talking about I ain't have no points on the trip because I ain't playing nothing. Although I did suggest a great night strip club that we all had fun at, but I was like, you know what?
I'm pussy there.
No, just titties. They don't show pussy in Vegas. Vegas strip clubs are like very shitty, except for the one we went to that one day.
I mean, yeah, it was enhanced, but it was fun.
Yeah. We had a great time. But long story short, I was just out, smoking a little J, surfing through the web, like, yo, what the fuck am I gonna do? And I just saw, oh, Usher's here. And I looked at tickets, $123 each for 4 tickets. Yeah, and like again, Dolby Live, it's like
love that, man.
it's like it's like an amphitheater. So like the seats go up, and like the artist is down. So it was literally like
on them damn skates.
he was on the skates. He had strippers on stripper poles. He brought out like literally like an elevated stripper pole stage. So there was like strippers on one stage, strippers on the next stage, and then a main stripper on the top stage. And Usher would like walk up at different ones, doing the whole choreographed dances. Yeah. So you remember you remind me where he does the break dance break. He did that in the show and did the fucking handstand.
The other bro wasn't acting.
That's crazy.
I don't know what TRT testosterone Usher's on, but some of y'all niggas need to get on it because it's working.
No, I'm just saying the other dude won't act ignorant, do ignorant stuff. He could have one in about 10, 15.
Who?
Chris Brown.
Oh, Chris Brown.
Man.
I think
clean up a little bit.
I think he could do it. I think
he has residencies or has had them. They're just not like to the scale.
No. He's not old enough to have a Vegas residency is what you do when your career and all intents and purposes is over. Like Usher's career isn't over. He's still dropping new music, but like nobody like when Usher if Usher sells $30K first week, nobody looks at that and goes,
because he's so million.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he's got some weight under his belt, like he's saying, like he has one of the highest selling albums.
He's on the Mount Rushmore of 2000.
Yeah, he has a diamond album.
90s and 2000.
Yeah, like he has one of the highest selling albums of all time. So.
Yeah. What else should be on the Mount Rushmore of R&B?
I think Confessions has sold a lot of copies. My mama had a copy of it.
I don't know. It depends on. It'd be tough. I don't think because Usher's on the Mount Rushmore of R&B.
Let's put it this way: he's top 20. He's top 20.
Who would be number one?
Who would be number one?
Yeah, R&B.
Some people, if you didn't X name, some people will say R. Kelly.
Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't the pedophilia, R. Kelly would be top 10 easily because the amount of songs that he's written, like his pen is very special.
R. Kelly has a song with Usher that was crazy. We can't sing any. Dude, I used to love R. Kelly. That is so sad. You know?
Yes, I was like, it was like at the end of the day, like it was, on a different thing. But it's like, some people say R. Kelly, Stevie Wonder.
Usher ran away from that song.
Considering R. Kelly.
Stevie Wonder is a good candidate.
I love R. Kelly's song crazy as hell considering
Aaliyah's whole album.
When you say young, but seems like you're ready.
Do you have your passports? Do you have your shots? Okay, wait. So you would put Usher, R. Kelly is like the face that we had to hide. You said Stevie Wonder? I don't know.
You've been doing that long. I mean, you know.
Stevie Wonder was like kind of like Michael Jackson, the child.
Chris Brown would be up there, but
Chris Brown got some hits.
We ain't considered any of the women yet.
We can't consider Trey Songz because
Trey Songz.
His Me Too movements.
Even if he didn't have allegations, I wouldn't put him in that conversation.
He was there for a second though. Trey Songz had the fucking world by the fucking balls.
Yeah, he had a moment.
Yeah, but he just didn't switch up like his range or anything like that. It got old.
Yeah, that's all right.
What got old?
Trey Songz.
It was like high school.
High school. Heart attack. We share so much in common.
Passion, Pain, and Pleasure. And
after that album,
are you kidding me?
And
slow motion.
Yeah, that was a single. So yeah, for sure.
No, he had hits, bro. Like throughout his entire. Once he stopped making music was when he fell off. But every time he was dropping consistently, he stayed with a fucking song. From the jump, he came out. Okay, I ain't gonna keep going.
No, you're right. But after, for me, after like.
What? Some of the allegations.
2010.
No. One of the songs that played is the one "You Ain't Shit." You got some.
Can't be friends.
I mean, a lot of guys. I mean, I don't know who I would say is up there.
Shit.
Cause like the thing is with like the older generation, like there's a lot.
Would you put Maxwell on that bitch?
You right.
Pretty wings.
You gonna put
That's crazy. Yeah. You
Well,
ain't
Beyonce would be up there, but I would say Beyonce's more pop. Like she's popular.
Listen. Let's not go back into this conversation because it's so funny. I wish Tate was here because remember how we were calling SZA pop? She's in the Grammys for progressive R&B.
But that's how white people do it.
But what I'm just saying is, but okay, whatever. We're not gonna bring it up here. We ain't gonna argue when people are on the pod. But what else? Shit. Yeah, I mean, put Ashanti. You got a lot of shit.
The little Summer
And then like Neo. So wait, you're not putting Summer Walker anywhere near that.
So,
She might move like.
I don't like Summer Walker, but you said the princess is like.
How you spin the block? How you spin the block on
princess.
a nigga that cheated on you when you already got two deadbeat baby daddies?
Yeah, but she kind of. Yeah. She
Bro,
kind of.
I gotta give Summer Walker. I mean, Summer Walker is really 2 for 2. When she drops, she can put out decent music.
I mean, what is
Like I think there's talent there.
is that? Yeah.
But I would also I know that.
But a lot of her shit too. Some of her biggest songs are fucking samples.
Yeah.
It's not original shit.
I was gonna say one of her.
That's
my opinion. I think her and the man.
And I mean, I think if you have one classic album, that's kind of crazy. Bryson Tiller had one classic. He fumbled the sophomore album. The second one won't bad. Or the third one won't bad though.
Yeah, the third one wasn't bad.
Black's first album was really good. His second album really good. Or wait, his third album quality. It just didn't get the reach. But
he didn't fall into that sophomore slump like a lot of people did.
Yeah, but like his third album, people just didn't listen to because he took so much time off. But if you listen to that third album, it is beautiful.
Yeah, I've heard some.
Daniel Caesar, first album, crazy. Second album, holy fuck, fire. He just loved white women too much. Like, who else? And then like R&B is so weird too because like we really took a whole segment of what probably could have been considered R&B and just called it neo soul. Like, but a lot of that music like has.
I still consider it. Yeah.
I always say shit just more R&B because it's melodic still.
Yeah, but like I mean, like because then you take out Music Soul Child, you take out Erykah Badu, you take out Life Jennings, like bro, like Jill Scott. Yeah, it's like we're not gonna call these people.
So
no, they still R&B to me.
Maxwell is, yeah.
Erykah Badu is.
Joe, like we gonna take Joe out the conversation?
Fuck no.
Come on,
they still.
Are you kidding me?
I don't like Joe that much.
Oh my god!
But I know your mother's.
Yeah, my mother loves some Joe. Baby, where you at?
That nigga Jordan Richardson used to like Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
I'm hitting those. Fuck you.
I mean, some people love Joe, man. I will say that some people are huge fans of Joe.
Man, yeah. I just
Why I had to run for a minute.
Shit. Wait. You forget one.
What?
What we talked about in the podcast before? Thug out nigga.
Who? I can't think. The Thug?
The Thug of the neo soul R&B wave, bruh.
I'm trying to think who it is.
Put that woman first.
Oh yeah, Jaheim.
Come on, you can't not talk about Jaheim, nigga.
Yeah, Jaheim was a bad motherfucker.
Yo,
but he
had that voice.
He wanted to beat up people.
y'all thought Lil Durk was cute putting the kids in the fucking the song.
Oh, fabulous! Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
I forgot about that.
Because he just looked like he want to fight all the time.
Bitches like that.
Some people like Tyrese. I know. I got a friend that's
Tyrese. You had to put him in the conversation.
Yeah, like
we should start talking about some women though. Cause we did kind of push them under the fucking rug.
Yeah.
Whitney gotta be on there for real. If you're talking about, like,
some people say it's more popular. But I get what you're saying though.
Toni Braxton.
Brandy for sure.
Brandy for sure.
Yeah. Monica.
Yeah. Monica was well because Monica more for the rougher bitches.
Destiny's Child.
Like Keisha Cole.
Not just Beyonce, but Destiny's Child
as a group. Yeah. They're immortalized
Yeah.
for real. Like as a woman group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mary J. Oh
Absolutely.
my God.
Absolutely. A lot of
Mary
people
J. Blige had
a lot of
me.
people consider her the queen.
Mary J.
of
Blige
R&B.
had me singing about human trafficking as
Oh,
a teenager, not
Runaway
even
Love.
knowing it was about human trafficking for real.
Crazy.
Like,
Crazy.
what the fuck,
I
bro?
used to cry listening to that song.
That's a deep song for real. It's a good song.
Little Keisha was only 9 years old. Oh my
I
God.
I mean, bro, I just know Mary J had a rough. I mean, she's lucky she got herself together because she was like a fuck. She was fucking around with that motherfucker from Jodeci, and they was all getting high in that group.
Shit, 112. We can sit.
Yeah, 112.
Jagged Edge.
Jagged Edge was hot for a minute.
They had that first album. That shit was fire, bro. I used to have that shit. 1, 2, 3. First 3 songs. No, run that shit back. 1, 2, 3.
But that's like, I mean, the early R&B, like you said, they had some, like in the early 2000s R&B, they had some thugs in there, man. Like they could just sing, but they probably didn't mind
that
shooting somebody.
fucking love. Like, yeah, bro. Boondocks knew it was up. Okay. So again, my opinion of the Drake album, because we got way off track, is simply, if you are a Drake fan, you like it. I think it's very popular to hate on Drake at this point. It's quality music, and I think me and Donica had a really good conversation about it, where it's like, you can't hate on a nigga who truthfully just enjoys making music, as you can clearly tell when he dropped the Deluxe, which basically answered all the bullshit critique he had from, For All the Dogs. We thought it was just going to be rapping, because when has Drake ever just did that? But then he just did it, and he did it well for 8 songs. If you listen to Scary Hours, it was 8 songs of straight bars. He got at Kanye West, he got at Joe Budden, he got at every one of you bitch ass niggas who buys 1 bottle and 5 of your niggas sit at a fucking section. He at every one of you women who got a BBL and for some reason think you better than the rest of us because you not.
So my thing is like, I've had this conversation. I've had this conversation for a while. Like, Drake is, I don't know. I feel like Drake is overrated.
Yeah. I feel like at this point, like, you like him because, like, you know what he's gonna do. He's got this formula. He sticks to it.
I wouldn't say Drake's the best rapper of all time. I would say Drake's been one of the most consistent rappers.
Yeah,
of all time.
he's a good like pop star rapper. Like, that's like his lane. And like, it's like he knows how to stay relevant. He talks. He makes sure the women are like
are fed the music.
yeah.
But like to say like,
gives some raps for the
Bro,
niggas.
This nigga had this album on the album.
This album
and then
wasn't
he did a
bad.
fucking feature with J. Cole.
Yeah.
What are you mad about? He had Sexy Red and SZA on the
SZA,
album.
Summer Walker's on the album.
It's like
No. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about. What are we talking about?
It was a good.
I'm talking about the people who were just mad at the album.
It was a good album.
I mean, I didn't listen to.
I don't even like. I don't like
earlier this year, he dropped a crazy collab album with 21 Savage.
Yeah.
Like, what do we
what
like?
I'm saying is like, he's like, to me, like I was just saying, like,
And rap's been shit this year.
I'm just thinking Drake. Like for me, it's like Drake is like one of the just more consistent rappers. I'm not saying like he's the best ever.
He is the consistent rapper. What other artist puts out the same quality of music as frequently?
It's not as. I mean,
It's quality. It's quality.
It's mid music, man. For being honest,
You're lying. You're lying. Because who has this? Because like it can't be mid if there's nobody who does the same. Name another rapper. No. Name another rapper, and I'll give you one who's close right now. Who's close to, and it's not even the same body of work, but he's dropping consistently for the last 2 years, and it's been quality work. Lil Yachty, for everyone who wants to say, yo, he's a SoundCloud or whatever, the plethora of singles and the album that he dropped these last 2 years is quality music. You can listen to it front and back and not get bored. And not get bored, but every other like SoundCloud rapper, Yeat's last few projects, like it's like you get tired of it. Uzi's last project got tired of that shit.
What I'm saying is, it's like Drake there's an art and a talent to being able to put out music that people like. But let's not lie to ourselves and say Drake is doing something innovative with music. That's what I'm saying.
When you say, okay, but innovative doesn't make it, but something not being innovative doesn't make it mid. It's just not innovative. It's still quality music.
Yeah, it's like yo.
No, but you're calling it mid, and mid would say that like, yo, he.
Yeah. I'm saying like it's like yo, it's like Drake is like chicken tenders for me. It's like.
That's fine. Music is subjective, but at the end of the day, like just because something's innovative doesn't necessarily make it top tier. Like I'm keeping it a band.
I could go bang on the refrigerator.
The Andre 3000, and at the end of the day too, most music is derivative. Like, it's very hard to be completely innovative. Yeah, Lil Yachty's album was dope, but it is so derivative of psychedelic rock to shit that we've heard. Like, we've been fucking with Tame Impala for the last how many years? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You look at the Andre 3000 music. It's Woodwind album. He played the flute. I was in band. I've heard shit like that for years now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's like, I really don't get the criticism. If it's not for you, like you say, I love your opinion. It's not for me. But like to say it's mid, it's kind of bullshit. Because again, like what other artist can do what he does and made the entirety of his net worth from literally just music?
That's what I'm saying. There's a talent to being able to do what he does. Because if when people criticize and say, "Oh, it's the worst music ever," it's like, well, it's a talent because if it was so easy to make music like that, everyone would be doing it. Yeah, so yeah, that's how I look at the situation. But so like I think there's a talent to it, but like I just think it's like I'm like sometimes I'm over it.
Yeah. That's fine, but that's fine, and like I think
it's not for me.
And again, it's like everybody who has a favorite artist wishes they would drop more music until they drop more music more consistently, and it's not up to par. Yeah. Name another fan base that when they drop music, they're fed. I have not heard the Drake fan base be like, yo, that album was shit.
It's a loyal fan base.
Yeah. But there's artists who have loyal fan bases like, yo, that album was shit. It was kind of shitty.
If you like Drake,
for all niggas say about Jay-Z, when Jay-Z dropped 444, there was plenty of niggas that was like, I wish he would go back to rapping about cocaine and drugs.
Yeah. Even Blueprint 3, they were like, this ain't really.
You know what I'm saying?
The thing is like,
and they're not stands to keep it a band, like, cause niggas don't go to bat for Drake in the Twitter spaces like they do for Nicki Minaj, like they do for Meg Thee Stallion, like they do
all these other stand groups.
For Jay-Z, like it's like like Drake is the only artist that when his album drops, the entire Twitter conversation is it's trash, and then he still sells 450,000 copies.
Cause niggas be lying,
which shows niggas fuck with the fucking music. And even like Joe Budden's opinion of the album. Nigga, get away from these 25-year-old girls. Bitch, your girlfriend is currently like 25, 27. Like, it's all hate.
It's the pot calling the kettle black.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, it's hard
to... They both like the same type of woman.
It's hard to respect it, bro, because it's like, what are y'all talking about? And then...
God damn, I hope you ain't dating somebody that's fucking true.
Have you seen his new girl?
No, I'm just saying, like, that's kind of weird, bro. Like,
and also, too, what was that rule I told you? What was the rule I told you about dating age? You divide by 2, add 7. You know what that is for Drake? You divide by 2, add 7. Drake's 35. Divided by 2 and add 7.
Drake's only 35.
He's only 35. Young. He can date 25-year-olds and not be weird, my guy.
Drake is young. What?
Yeah.
It's not weird.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
It's like, It's 35.
Niggas hate on this nigga.
But and it's crazy. I hope I what can a 27-year-old give me?
What can they not? They could be full-blown. They could be doctors. They could be world-traveled. Like,
I don't know, bro. I'm just saying.
What are you talking about? They're not 21. They're not 19. When you're 20, think about, I own a home. Like, it's like, bro, like, when somebody, like, there's been people who've owned homes since they were 25. That's the thing. Somebody in that realm could have the same level of life experience if they are a fucking dope-ass human being.
Drake really dating them type of bitches, though?
I think that's a different question. I don't think Drake in this point is evolved enough yet to figure out what he fucking wants. Clearly.
Yeah, pussy.
Clearly. But what I'm saying is what we're not going to sit here and do is go, oh, that nigga's weird for dating somebody 25. Like, somebody who's graduated college.
No, people have hella age gap differences, man.
Maybe already has a master's degree. Maybe already finished a doctorate. Like, really? Is that the bar? Because some of y'all are out here dating fucking 35-year-olds who ain't never finished high school.
Jesus Christ.
I'll just keep it a band.
I mean, Joe Budden's I just did his age. She could kind of.
Joe Budden, listen. Joe Budden is a fucking narcissist. I enjoy the podcast, but more and more every day, I'm looking at this nigga like a goofy. He fucking was paying, or Mal and Rory were getting paid $40,000 a month to do that podcast, and he wanted to fucking shift them of the money so he can get millions. And what does he do with those extra millions? Invest it back in the podcast? Maybe some of it, but the rest of it, spend it on trash-ass clothes he wears to every fucking podcast. Have you seen his fits? They've been like $20,000 and it's garbage. Garbage. I think he's a fucking narcissist, dog. I didn't listen to a word that man say about what another man should be fucking doing.
I mean, he's out there.
Especially one that he wrote fucking, what, how many songs to and never got a response?
Because he's not more than a narcissist.
That nigga got Drake's whole dick in his mouth, bro. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Just being honest. And I enjoy the podcast, but it's like, bro, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. The critique wasn't genuine. It was hate. But people want us to end, I guess.
Yeah, I gotta go to work. I get up at 5 to go work out too, man.
All right. Well, then I can do the Israel stuff without you if you want to go. But
Let me call him.
all right. So we're not even gonna have a music break just yet. We're gonna keep spitting. We're gonna get into our news, and we're gonna make it quick because honestly, I did go through a lot of this stuff, and I don't have enough space in my own heart to really hold too much space for it. So first and foremost, because we are black, the officer that arrested Elijah McClain was found not guilty. I don't know if y'all remember him, but he was the young man
with this autism.
Yeah, was playing the violin. It got stopped by DMTs, given a bunch of ketamine. Ended up dying. So none of the EMS providers or the police officer got found guilty. If you did want to hear more about
That was a few years ago.
Yeah, it was like 2020. So it was definitely 2020.
Yeah, and again, like with a lot of the stuff we're talking about now, which is so crazy about the news and why I get why so many people can be disengaged or so many people will tend to not pay attention is because it can be exhausting. It can seem like it's cyclical history because
It can be traumatizing for some people.
not even just traumatizing, but it seems like, yo, didn't this shit not only just happen, but didn't it like happen to somebody else?
Yeah.
Like, what's changing?
You start losing track of the stories and the
Bro,
people.
you know what's wild to me? Is the one in Wisconsin,
Yeah,
the
'cause
shooting in Wisconsin during around that time where they paralyzed the man. And that shit was just crazy to me.
But again,
They really shot that motherfucker and they got it on video. Like, I can see the video in my head. Like, that police just be wild, bro. And I've worked with some decent officers.
Imperial, like me too. I've worked with some cool officers, but some dumb ones too. But I'll say this: if you want some more background on what happened to Elijah McClain, may he rest in peace, go listen to our episode 39. What are the politics of dating a recent divorcee? Wow, that's a crazy name for that episode. But long story short, we did talk about the slaying of that young man. 56 minutes and 15 seconds into that episode. All right, but again, rest in peace to that young man. We're gonna now get into some, I guess we can call it like imperialism on the foreign aspect because we are being imperialized by police and the domestic aspect. But for those of you who have been living under a rock, there has been updates to the Israeli and Palestinian conflict. For those of you who need a quick refresher on what exactly is the conflict between Israel and Palestine and why we call it a conflict, I encourage you to go listen to episode 66 of our podcast, Pray for Palestine. We got to go over a brief history of the conflict and why we think it's not necessarily a war, because you can't have a war between two unequal sides, especially when one side is guerrilla warfare and the other side is backed by the largest military in the fucking world and history. That being said, war is not pretty. War is complicated. War is not. It's not good, dog. And at the end of the day, like the principal point that I want to make clear here is we are all human, and nobody who is a civilian and not taking life should have their life taken. So, again, if you've been living under a rock, this most recent issue started on October 7th when when Hamas terrorist group, which for those of you who don't know who Hamas is, it's the current government of Palestine, so you can get confused. But back in 2005, Hamas took over the Palestinian region, the government, and they are a terrorist organization. Now, at the time when they took over, they weren't as extremist. They were a little bit more moderate in their speech. But since 2005, they have become very, very extremist, very, very right-leaning, very, very volatile. And that erupted this October 7th when Hamas forces breached Israel's wall and using paragliders at that. This is why I say guerrilla warfare. Like, it's not like it was jets. There were missiles fired. I think they said about 2,200 missiles fired by the Hamas group. They ended up killing 1,200 Israeli people. Now, there's been some, what do you call it, discrepancy on how many of those people were civilians, how many weren't. I think right now at this point it was seen to be about 500 civilians, many of which who were just random festival goers at a music festival, which, I mean, me and Devontae can really emphasize on that, because I don't know what the fuck I would do if I was trying to listen to Brockhampton out of my fucking mind and then bullets started raining and killing my loved ones around me. But the fact is, they killed hundreds of innocent people. And to make matters much more gruesome, that was immediately followed by carpet bombing of northern Gaza, which, for those of you who are not aware, it has been being bombed now for years. Nothing that happened these last 2 months has happened in a vacuum, but that still doesn't excuse the violence done on either side. Unfortunately, as it stands right now, because this is not a war between two equal sides, the majority of the death has now been pushed to the Palestinian side. And now, while I won't say Hamas side, but Palestinian, is because, contrary to a lot of speak on this issue, the majority of people living in Gaza are Palestinian, and not just Palestinian adults, but women, children, and a lot of population under the age of 18. Because again, this is a region that is being sieged by Israel since 2005, man. Like, well, yeah, let's go with 2005 right now. There's a little bit more history to that, but we won't dig too much into the weeds. At this point, the current death toll has been to reported to be around 11,000 Palestinians have died. And that has called for many people to scream for a ceasefire. As of today, which it is November 19th, 2023, there is a proposed 5-day ceasefire being thrown around so that Hamas can release the women and children hostages that they had taken during the October 7th raid. But Israel has stated that once these 5 days are up and the hostages are released, they are going to continue carpet bombing the region.
God damn.
Yeah, so there is a lot of nuance. There's a lot of hurt on both sides, but you cannot miss the fact that this is similar to the conflict of America, Afghanistan, Iraq, and the war on terror, because similarly to how we came to find out that the 9/11 attack wasn't, in fact, Afghanistan, it was Saudi Arabia, there are many people who are saying, yo, the people who are planning a lot of these attacks aren't even in Gaza. They're in Qatar. So the idea that Israel is going to win the war against Hamas is just as fictitious as it is that America was going to win the war on terror by bombing and murdering thousands of civilians. Because at this point, there's been a lot of talk that what the Hamas people or the Hamas government did to Israel was a terrorist attack. But again, if you think back to the number being, 1,200 people died, maybe half are civilians. There's been reports that out of the 11,000 Palestinians that died, like 9,000 of them were civilian. So what does that make the IDF? If not, in their own words, a terrorist organization. Now, there's many theories to why there's continued bombing, even when you have, again, people aren't their governments. So there's people in Israel, there's Jewish people in Israel, there's Jewish people in America, there's Jewish people all around the world who are calling for a ceasefire. Why does the government continue to go against the wishes of the people? Let's look back to even America. We have, I think it's 80% of our population, or 64% of Americans, 80% of Democrats want Biden to stop sending aid to Israel until there's a ceasefire, until there's a approved agreement. Why does this America keep sending blank checks, ammunition, jets, missiles to Israel? There's two competing ideologies. One on the American side, that there's a canal in Gaza that will help transport billions and billions of product, oil, so at the end of the day, capitalism. And then on the Israeli piece to it, there is a idea of Zionism that, if you do not know what this is, you should go Google it. While it may have started as a idea from some Jewish people to take back, or not even take back, but to take a safe homeland, because again, Jewish people have been persecuted throughout history. Mm-hmm. It is now turned into an ideology of many that they need to take back their natural holy land, which again, if you believe in Judaism, if you believe in Islam, the entire region that consists of Israel, Palestine, Lebanon, Syria is holy land. Like a lot of these areas, like on a biblical map, and when I say biblical, I'm not talking about Christianity, I'm just talking about just a text, was together. And unfortunately, there is an idea that Israel is carpet bombing, is not worried about civilians because they're trying to ethnically cleanse the area. And it's kind of hard to disagree with that argument when you think about the rampant and warrant discaring or what's the word I'm looking for? Just callousness towards civilian life being taken, especially if the idea is to get rid of Hamas. But because of the war on terror, the world knows what happens when you just rampantly kill civilians and not make sure you're getting the quote-unquote bad guys. You create more bad guys. What is a fucking 13, 14, 16-year-old going to do when you bomb his whole family? And then you have the only adults in the room saying, hey, these are the people that did it and we have to fight back. What are they going to do?
Hell yeah, I'm going to fight back.
They're going to fight back. So it's not, how do we? I think again, like if you have family in either Israel who were killed, if you have family in Palestine, or if you have family in Gaza, if you have family in the West Bank and you're worried about Israeli settlers, if you are anybody connected to this region, I'm really not talking to you right now, because I'm not going to sit here and say you should have the wherewithal to look past the blind rage. I get that. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to everybody else in America, in the sanctuary that is the greatest military in the world. You got to speak with more nuance. You got to do research. You got to understand the topics you're talking about before you speak. I am a part of the problem, because I'll admit, this past election, I fucked up. I was able to vote. I was waiting to get on this podcast to let Tete ream me out, but I'm going to do it myself. That's my bad. I fucked up, but I'm going to make it my fucking due diligence that these next small term elections to vote, because it does affect parts of the country. Right now, we have a Congress that censored the only Palestinian representative because all she called for was a ceasefire, because she has family. Her grandmother is in this area. And yet you have multiple members of Congress, both on the Republican and the Democratic side, who said you are calling for the erasure of Israel, when that was never anything she said. And all I'm saying is, if you are not personally afflicted by what's going on and you want to open your mouth on the subject, because again, too, we've talked about it during the Black Lives Matter movement. We talked about it during every movement. I feel like if your mental health can't take it, I get it, man. I'm not here to tell it to, I'm not here to force.
You always say that.
I'm not here to force activism on you. But if you open your mouth, you got to do the due diligence to read. I think that's what our justice system is supposed to be built on, right? If somebody comes and kills my family member, I don't get to be judge, jury, and executioner. It's from an unbiased party who says, hey, man, I know what happened to you was crazy, but to keep some level of decorum, some level of civility, so we're not just ruled by revenge, we're going to make the decision for you. And I think that's what we need here, bro. The United States should have... Biden, how the fuck are you the least aggressive president against Netanyahu? We just had Obama and Trump. Obama got us the Iran deal that Netanyahu hated it because if we really want to be honest, there's some thoughts that Netanyahu wants to kill so that Iran...
Obama's a wild dude.
So that Iran can come in... Well, hold up. So that Iran can come in and fight, and then the U.S. is forced to fight on Israel's behalf. But no American wants that. We know the horrors of war. I'm not trying to send my brothers, my sisters out there to go fight a war based on capitalism or based on religion. A war of aggression.
A war of attrition.
So again, what I've been calling for is freedom to Gaza, and also fuck anybody who is using what's going on in another country as an excuse to kill, harm Jewish people in America or worldwide. Because again, people are not their governments. All human life is sacred. And we should be doing everything with our power to preserve it. That's that on that issue, right? But let us finish up. Man, that was tough. Man. Let me just take a second to really
Yeah, you good.
create the space there, man, because it is a very heart-wrenching issue.
Yeah, it's a sensitive topic for real.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen a lot of people, celebrities or otherwise, just like having to be very cautious about what they say because they're trying to speak a lot about people not dying, unfortunately, has taken this political stance of making people seem like they want death of another group when people just want all of this to be stopped and talked about and evaluated. But it's hard to put words to it sometimes.
And I think the people most at fault there, because again, I'm here, honestly, at this point, I've been listening to arguments from a lot of different sides. And I think that's the beauty, that's the beauty of America, or what America's supposed to be. I am not here to cancel speech. I am not here to say you can't have the opinion you have, but you have to let the other side speak, and you have to, in good conscience, discuss these issues. Right now, there's a lot of polarization on some of the independent media stations I listen to, but the Young Turks, I think, is doing a great job of it, where you have Cenk Uygur, who was born Muslim, or arguing against Ben, I don't know his last name, but he is Jewish. He has people and family in Israel, and they've had some fiery debates on this topic. But at the end of the day, that's what you have to have, because when you don't talk, you let the corrosion just build up. Is when you get to this point where, when you really think about it, this all started in 1948 when, after the Holocaust, multiple countries were like, we're not going to take these refugees. And we're just going to put them into a place and say, that's that. We got to be able to talk about these issues, guys. And any corporation that's out there firing people or, unilaterally canceling or shadow banning people because they're trying to continue this dialogue, shame on you, bro. Shame on you. I don't know who would be suppressed for talking about what we're talking about now, but I don't, in good conscience, can't have the fun that we have here and not bring a little bit of levity, a little bit of reality to what's going on. Let's elevate these conversations. We can have the lower chakra conversations, but we have to have the higher chakra conversations too. We are the Bullshit for Your Health podcast. We are the most balanced podcast out there. All right, we're going to get to our health topics, which, again, I will keep it brief because we're already getting to 2 hours here. Real quick, we're just going to do a No Nonsense November check-in because we are in November. I'm doing pretty good, man. The porn is kind of, been hit or miss, I'm going to be honest. But what you mean? I be jerking my dick, okay? I have not touched caffeine. Well, you can jerk your dick. You're not supposed to watch porn. Yeah, it's inundated in my social media at times. You get a bad bitch to come by. Oh, let me just casually look at the fucking screen. Damn, is that a link? Let me just look at the link.
Yeah, if you're on Twitter, it's everywhere.
And then the next thing I know, you on Sexy Red's page, you go to the comments. This is just ass, sucking dick. The next thing I know, one thing leads to another. My dick's in my hand. Oh, I'm ashamed. But no, I'm not ashamed. You should never be ashamed. But what I'm saying is, again, personally, No Nonsense November is going very well. I have not drank. I have not smoked. I have not drank any caffeine. I've been working out 4 days a week. And I can honestly say, gang, I've been feeling stronger. I've been feeling more clarity of mind. And all around, very happy with the decision to go forth. I have multiple people in my life who have joined me in one way or another. They are looking healthier. They are feeling better, more energetic. And I love that for them too. So if you are out there joining us, I encourage you to keep going, man. We are about to be 20 days in. There's only 10 days left, right? How many days? 10 days left.
Yep.
It just got me.
Basically, niggas,
November is rolling, dog.
Rolling. We've already done it, gang. And again, little info about me. I'm probably gonna do dry December as well. Keep it going because I got a vacation coming up in January, and the results I've already seen. I know if I keep cutting alcohol out and then I bring it back in for some fun, I'm gonna be looking good. My girl gonna be looking good. So I encourage y'all, keep it going. I would love to hear from y'all too, man. If y'all listen to the podcast and y'all ever want to DM, if y'all ever want to let us know how you're doing, tag us in your workouts. We love that shit, bro. We really do. I want to build community. I want to build like-minded individuals who want to have fun, but also want to do some good in the world. You know what I'm saying? I love that shit. Quentin himself has been doing a little bit. You want to talk about anything? I know you haven't been officially doing it, but you stopped drinking.
I'm for all the nonsense. I don't really drink a lot. I did have a Friendsgiving last weekend, but I was drinking for that. But I work out, I'd say 5-6 times a week, so I keep that up.
Listen,
most of mine is water and tea. So
hell yeah,
that's it. Keep that going.
Hell yeah. Devontae just had to leave, but I'll give you a little bit of some of his personal business. But again, I texted him. He texted me the other day, asked me how I was doing. I was like, I'm doing good, bro. I told him what I was doing. How are you doing? This nigga wants to go ahead and tell me I'm not doing it. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he wants to say, but I've been working out 4 times a week. I'm like, what? He says, nigga, I've lost 9 pounds. I said, what? He said, I've only drank 1 time in November. I said, so you basically fucking doing it.
Yeah. And
he was like, well, you know what? I guess I am. And that's all I want to say, guys. It's not you versus me. It's not you versus the world. No Nonsense November is to show you it always has been and always will be you versus you. And you can always fucking conquer your own inner demons. I don't care what they are, bro. You have the power to do it. And I hope No Nonsense November is showing you that. Lastly, let's get into our content of the week. Let's get the fuck out of here with a closing song. I love y'all. I'm going to keep it short and brief. Attack on Titan. It ended November 4th. For those of you who might have differing opinions on imperialism, differing opinions on xenophobia, racism, why genocide is never the right answer, please go watch this show. Because it might start out a little bit weird, but pay attention. Because by season 4 and ending, it'll all be clear in some way, shape, or form that none of that shit really matters, bro. We're all fucking human at the end of the day. Even if some humans can turn into monsters and eat other humans. But yeah, we're all humans. But Attack on Titan, great show. 10 out of 10. There will never be another show like it for me as of right now because it is a show that I started, had no idea. I just happened to turn it on, got hooked. I didn't read the anime or read the manga until the 2nd season when they said, yeah, it's going to be another year or so before it comes out. And then I was reading it weekly and was just blown away by the plot twist, the themes, the characters, the character development, how a young boy can go from being so full of life and have a tragic thing happen to him and want to avenge that tragedy, and just the idea of how revenge can get to a point where you're ready to destroy the world. Yeah. You got any content?
I just started watching Mob Psycho 100.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So I watched One Punch Man. I love that anime. So same same writer, same kind of art style. I'm literally on season or episode 3, so real early in, but I'm liking it so far. So
heck yeah, Mob Psycho is a good one for mental health. The themes that it deals with is it in and of itself, like
yeah, the MC has like anxiety or something. Like he definitely has like something. I'm not sure, like because I'm too early into like I don't want to diagnose bro either. Literally episode 3.
Okay, cool. Episode 3. Yeah. So you've already got the concept though that Shigo has all the power in the world, but he wants to do things for himself.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. Maybe you're a kid who's got everything you ever wanted. You had 2 loving parents. You had the money to go to college. You got into the program you wanted to get into. You got the degree, and now you're in the field, and you're just depressed. And you're like, dog, why can't I feel happy? Search within. Maybe it's time to go choose something for yourself that you're not good at and to work at it. Because at the end of the day, I do believe a lot of times it's the journey that is more savory than the actual destination. You got any content?
I'm almost done with the Big Mouth.
Done with what?
The new season of Big Mouth.
Big Mouth. Okay. Yeah, I fell out of that. It got a little crazy for me once Shotty got depression and it hit a little home. I was like, God damn. That scene was tough for me.
We're going to high school.
Really? Are they any bigger? Have they changed the character designs? Oh, okay. Well, it's a good show. So Big Mouth.
Watch that.
Mob Psycho.
Is one of the hormone monsters.
Ooh. Yeah.
Make this sound.
Okay. And Attack on Titan. But all right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. The song I want to play is Larger Than Life. It's Outside All Night by Brent Faiyaz from his new album Larger Than Life. It's got a dope verse from A$AP Rocky. I don't really have any real reason why I'm playing this song. I just kind of fuck with it. Hope you guys fuck with it too. Again, it's the Bullshitting for Health podcast, the most balanced podcast in the world. Peace, love, prosperity for all you guys. Free Gaza. Fuck Nazis. We're out this bitch.
I've been outside all night long, looking for some signs in the stars. I need some insight to your heart. I've been outside all night. I've been outside all night long, looking for some signs in the stars. I need some insight to your heart. I've been outside all night.
Tell me all the things I wanna hear. You've been outside all night long. Tell me all the things I wanna hear. You've been outside all night long.
Shit was lit from the jump, but ain't no fun with the end. Just don't go fuck my friend. Just don't go fuck my friend. That's out in spite of revenge. She said better call in advance. When I pull up in the Benz, when I pull up in the Benz, we can set you gum in the Benz. They call us double with twins. They don't know my government name. They don't know that's the name we sharing. We don't do no hoe, no sharing. We don't do no pics, no staring. And the ice all white like Karens, and we shine so bright like Paris. Got me singing outside of your window, stereo and stones. Throwing rocks up at your window, out my comfort zone. Tell your folks don't be alarmed, I hope your mama ain't home. It's about the 1500th time you curved my call. Ain't no simp, nah we ain't no simp. We on pimp, let's swerve the print. Hold on flip, block on my chip, over my shoulder, block on my hip. I'm a soldier, I'm content, off the rip. If you do dip, I'm a loner, yeah. I've been outside all night long, looking for some signs in the stars. I need some insight to your heart. I've been outside all night. I've been outside all night long, looking for some signs in the stars. I need some insight to your heart. I've been outside all night.
Tell me all the things I wanna hear. You've been outside doing me wrong. 'Cause I can't be out here just fucking on anybody. Can you show me you're not just anybody? But I'll treat you just like everybody.
I've been outside all night long, looking for some signs in the stars. I need some insight to your heart. I've been outside all night. I've been outside all night long, looking for some signs in the stars. I need some insight to your heart. I've been outside.